You're kind of choppy.
That happens. That happens. I get choppy.
There's nothing wrong with you. That's just who you are. You know, you're choppy.
I get it. I was gonna do a 5-minute countdown, but I'm not. We're just gonna start. We're just gonna start. I'll do 5-minute countdowns when we're down to it more. But we got a pretty casual beginning here to the stream. Yeah, I'm working pretty good here. Pretty sure my wife being on Netflix is the reason why I lag.
Yeah, now it's lagging for me because they came back.
Oh no!
It's sad. It's really sad.
I need better internet, please. We'll share it. I'll send it over to you. Internet.
Thanks.
Internet. There you go.
There we go.
All right, friends. If we are prepared, let's step back into the world of Faerun, the world of Toril, rather, on the continent of Faerun, in the city of Waterdeep. We're going. Hey. We start out large and clunk in. World, continent, city. Very cool. Let's start up some music. What do we have here? This is all the other stuff. Did I have, oh yeah, alternate intro music. Play that sucker for me. How loud is that? Yeah, give me that harmonica. That's what's good. I promise I will write an intro with the old man again someday in the future. Right now we've been going very step to step, and I'm spending more time prepping for the sessions rather than doing the crazy intros. But I still will catch us all up, since it has been 2 weeks since we've stepped back into this wonderful adventure, my friends. When last we saw our heroes, the party had continued their investigation into the explosion in Troll Skull Alley. A couple quick story beats to the episode that happened without our dear friend Pyre. After the explosion, after the investigation had thoroughly sort of failed for you in Troll Skull Alley, I'm getting some weird feedback.
I'm sorry, that is my husband eating chips. Go away.
Anyway, I just wanted to make sure it wasn't anything crazy. We're good. The party had continued their investigation. They weren't able to get too far in Troll Skull Alley. They met with Barnabas Blastwind and his compatriot, of which I don't have, I believe it's Cromley. Yeah, that is his name, captain of the city guard. You had decided to take matters into your own hands after being suggested by the City Watch and the Order of Magists and Protectors to not be involved. You decided to take matters into your own hands, take destiny, rather, into your own hands. Pyre went off to use his exquisite resources, being the noble that he is, and the rest of the party decided to go and actually do some groundwork. You had received a tip from the local detective of the Tiger's Eye Detective Agency that the Temple of Gond hosted parades with animatronic constructs that match one of the biggest clues the party received, that some sort of puppet man had been the assailant of the fireball explosion in Troll Skull Alley, and he suggested that the first place to start would be in the Temple of Gond, a piece of information that failed to come to the investigators Barnabas and Cromley that Solma received and gave to the party. You then continued to go to the Temple of Gond the very next day. Upon doing so, you met a sort of what you thought would have been the assailant, but was instead its creator, Nim the Nimblewright, and his caretaker, a priestess of Gond, I believe Vanette or something with a V was her first name, a blue dragonborn woman. After discovering and learning what you had told of this accusation against Nim of this explosion, that he could very well be at fault, it was revealed that Nim had indeed created a second version of himself, a friend, a companion, that became too aggressive and he lost control of and escaped the compound of the Temple of Gond without his knowing. He was in the process of trying to find him and was unable to do so because Nim can't leave the Temple of Gond. He seems to be a prisoner of sorts here, though the Temple of Gond doesn't quite see it that way. The priestess, hearing all of this through your guys' interrogation, threatened to disable Nim, take away his tools, and pretty much stop that from happening, because it's kind of it's heresy to the Temple of Gond to have these constructs have this much freedom, this much independence.
I mean, That's how the Matrix happens. You got machines making machines.
Exactly. They don't. It's terrible, and they're like, we can't have this happen. It's gonna make Temple of God look really bad, and so she threatened to do so. The party, stepping in, volunteered to find Nim's abomination, his creation that he made that has been causing all of this damage. If they found him and brought him back without anything being tied to the Temple of Gond, the priestess agreed that she would allow Nim to continue his existence.
Sounds like obstruction of justice to me.
Yeah, possibly. We'll see how Pyre thinks of that. At which point, Nim provided the party with a device he had been working on, the Nimblewright Finder, a odd device with an umbrella on the top, all kinds of mechanics attached to it, that would spin faster and make a weird sound the closer you were to his creation. The party used that to try to find the Nimblewright. The first day into the field ward was rough. It was the worst. It is the ghetto ward of Waterdeep. It is there are tenements stacked upon tenements. It's worse than the dock ward. It's worse than the dock ward. It's just poverty at its worst. This place was just, it's not even really a ward of Waterdeep. It just sort of clings to the side of its plateau. And you had a really rough time there. Your pockets got picked a little bit, but you made your way out the other side without any luck. No luck finding the Nimblewright. But the second day you got very lucky. You went, well, smart. I would say smart, rather. You went back to the scene of the crime to search in the North Ward, and you did get a lead. That little umbrella went off, and it led you to a place that you later learned to be known as Growlhund Villa. You were not invited inside. You were met with quite a aggressive greeting from the groundskeeper and his hounds, and told to bugger off. At which point the party decided to go about entering the estate, which, by the way, you could hear the sounds of fighting in here and there during your time outside of its walls, and you knew something was going down, that you needed to get in there. So you decided to dupe the local stable boy to the place and getting in, pretending to be workers, after which, sort of chatting him up, you decided there was no getting past this boy with diplomacy, so you karate chopped him and took him out. Boy went unconscious, and then the party continued on past the groundskeeper, who was revealed to be a shadow man, a horrible undead abomination, and his dogs as well. You decided to go sneak past him, that creepy motherfucker, and into the Growlhund estate proper, at which point you were immediately met with the corpses of servants. Murders, rather, have been going on in this house while you were outside. At which point, as the party entered, their good friend Pyre caught up just in time to wake up the knocked out boy, send him on his way to Radar Neverember, make some promises to him, and then get some information, then continue into the courtyard. At which point he saw any paladin's ultimate enemy, the abomination of undeath, and he could do nothing else but engage. The party having to sort of split their resources down the middle, some of the party going to fight the groundskeeper, some of the party continuing to investigate inside of the manor. Became a dual fight situation, as that investigation led directly into the cause of the murders inside of the house. Two burly, leather armor bound darkly hooded men with bloody maces, who had just finished killing, just some house guard and some servants, about a dozen in a large dinner chamber room. So yeah, two fights sort of happened at once. Stuff got pretty rough here and there. We had one party member go down. Keeling was knocked out by one of those vicious leather armored, darkly cloaked men with a fatal blow that she miraculously survived. But she's a little light in the head right now from the whole experience. The party would manage to through just their own strength, their own power, their own tactics, defeat the groundskeeper outside, send that abomination to the Nine Hells, and then on the inside, were able to defeat the murderers as well. The party then advanced upstairs to the second level, where they heard more fighting going on, and came upon a scene in a foyer of more of these leather-bound thugs fighting with house guards behind a doorway to a master bedroom, where a noble lady with her bodyguard was standing guard. She had a bodyguard next to her. She was standing, just sort of watching the whole situation from her bedroom. You guys sort of engaged in this fight. You more distracted than anything, so that the house guard could take out the remaining thugs. Pyre then sort of moved past this situation into another room where a loud banging could be heard, and came face to face with the thug's leader, the apparent cause of all this mayhem. This individual with a horrible burn scar across the side of his face, looks recently wounded and pissed off as hell, trying to get past a barricaded door. Pyre did a little bit of diplomacy, working with this person, wanting to know more, figuring he wasn't going to get anything out of this current noble family, made a smart decision to make a deal with this person, saying if he helped him get out of here, that they would talk later, and he would possibly give more information than he could get from this place. The deal was struck. This person busted in the door, at which point we learned their name to be Erstel, and I believe we failed in the history check to possibly remember that name, but I will say as your dungeon master, it's a name to be heard. It is a name that has been heard before. I
have it written down in my notes already.
I know. This Erstel gentleman took the lord of the house, who was a weaselly fellow, as a hostage, in a hostage situation, was able to escape with his life, which I don't think the lady of the house, the Lady Growlhund, was very happy about that. But in any case, she was happy enough to see that the violence was over, that her home was once hers again, and she invited you all to a drink downstairs to explain the happenings of the past couple days, as she had said they had been held captive by the Zentarum. I fucked up exactly what she was supposed to say in this a little bit, so I'm going to clarify, since it was the last moment, exactly what her story is to what happened. This construct had come into her home the day before. She was startled, but wanted to befriend the poor thing, felt pity for it, and upon doing so, shortly after, it left with her stolen necklace, and she thought herself a fool. It then returned shortly after. She thought maybe to return the necklace, but upon its return, the Zentarum came with it, seemingly to be after the thing, and her and her family got caught up. The creature escaped again. Recently, very, very recently, she said, and the Zentarum had, within the last couple hours, the Zentarum had apparently been holding them, not for days, but for a few hours, holding them hostage, thinking that that the family had some sort of connection with this creature, this puppet man, that they have no affiliation with, no connection at all. And that's just sort of how the Growlhund family got caught up. At least that's what she tells you. And
that's quite the lie they told us. And
yeah, her cover story seemed pretty solid to the rest of the party, as you all failed horribly on your insight rolls to see anything other. That's some tinfoil I'm hearing. Some serious tinfoil.
Sorry.
It's okay.
We get some cookies. We have some cookies.
Give me some cook.
Breadcrumbs. Make breadcrumbs.
Breadcrumbs. You're good. You're good. I'm just picking on you.
Cookies without alcohol. Yeah.
So, yes, the party then, after rolling their investigation checks, not quite seeing a fabricated story where there was one, they decided, you know what, it's not worth it. We're just going to take the leave when we can get it. And she offered you a way out, knowing that party members, adventurers themselves, might not want to get muddied up with the town guard, which she was calling upon to investigate the situation so that she could explain. There have been many dead here. There's no covering this up. But she wanted to give you all the opportunity as a reward for saving her to slip out unnoticed, which you guys decided to do. And we found our party out in the alleyway of Waterdeep. I'm going to throw us over onto the Waterdeep map. I should have had us on cameras there, but it's fine. Yeah, let's pull out this good old Waterdeep map just so we have it up, so we're looking at it. And let's change our music up a little bit, because this is intro music. But that should put us right back where we were before. I've entered all of these thoughts into your mind. These are recent events. Recent, I tell you.
Giant Soma. Was rocking.
I run away from the giant Soma.
The giant Soma is the party. The giant Soma is the party. I'm just representing.
Oh, are we Voltron now?
You are.
Yes. Together we all form the
Oh,
Megazord.
y'all nerds. I need to find a party token. For now, it's Soma. Y'all can...
Okay.
It's giant Mecha Soma. She smashes through, finds the answer to the...
Alright, find that little fuck. Stole the shit.
Find it. Where's my cinematic music? Yeah, let's get our Inquisitive going. That's one of my favorite tracks right now in like all my games. Alright. Cool.
It's also super foreboding.
It is, and it's also pretty low, so you'll all have to turn up if you want to hear my
It says Inquisitive, but when that comes on, we know shit's about to happen. So
could we just walk out of the manor and be like, "Oh, hey, it's War Dragon right there."
Oh yeah, wait a minute. What? You just want War Dragon to be right there?
The dude who killed us, who TPK'd us last.
He's just standing there, ready to like fucking murder you guys.
To kill us again. By the way, Kristen, we're level 4. Don't forget to level up your dude.
Yeah, you're all level 4.
Oh yeah.
If you didn't level, then you're level 3 right now. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's better than to have you stay level. My only reason for saying that isn't as a punishment, so you're not distracting yourself with level 4 for the next 10 minutes.
Sure.
I'd rather have you in the game.
Yeah.
Oh, you dorks.
I'd rather just sit this one out.
I mean, if you think you can do it without being distracted, go for it. Because I know you're cooking and doing a lot of other stuff, but we're good. All right, guys. It's you. It's not me. The ball is in your court. Do as you please.
All right. Yeah, so we walk out. Pyre looks at everybody. He's like, "Well, did we get what we came here for? I don't really know what."
Well, we learned that the thing was here, and it just recently escaped.
What thing?
And it's connected with the Zentari. Zenturum.
Centauro? That's a good question.
Yeah!
What thing are we looking for?
Oh, Pyre, you don't know. Oh, it's a long story.
Alright.
Well,
You just fill me in.
Okay.
You just skip it if you don't want.
Soma tells you everything. Okay, I will not say everything. Here, and this is what happened. Mm-hmm. Yes.
I feel like we missed something. But it's too late now. Tell who. And I look over at Fang, and I'm like, who is this? Who is this man? Introduce me, Soma. What's this?
This is Feng. He is an old friend from the temple. He knew me and Martina as we were kids. We grew up. Well, he's slightly older, but that's a different story. But we knew from the temple, and he was sent here to help me with finding what happened to Martina and to revenge her, pretty much.
Well, good luck with that. The vengeance is messy. I wouldn't worry too much about it, you know. Things are terrible, things are awful with your sister, but you go chasing vengeance, who knows what you'll find.
I will see where faith will take me, and having Feng here, it's comforting.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
No, I don't think he's ever talked since we started.
Oh, is he not the social kind?
So I don't know how it
He'll
can
give you a
sound
new
like
bow.
him.
Yep.
Okay. Pyre gives you an almost insulting bow back because he clearly doesn't know what he's doing.
Okay. Borderline insult.
Completely
But
on
you can tell
accident.
he's not doing it to be a dick. He's trying, but he's
Ignorance.
It's
He
like
falls
Joe
over 'cause of the
Quiero
second order,
tacos, and he's like trying.
Oh
He
my
means
God.
well, but it's just like it's just kind of bad.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, well, where to now? Are we heading back
Well,
to the tavern?
The gun.
Keeling, are you okay?
I forgot that I have a head injury. Yes.
Okay.
There's like a dent. All right.
I just gotta
I'm
look at
okay.
it.
We can stay up all night.
we should go back to the Trosko Manor.
To the inside?
Not there,
to the-
Keeling. No, not there.
I need to go take a nap.
Yes, you will. Yes, and
Do you mind if I stay with you tonight? Just after these Zentarum run-ins, I think it'd be good.
I'm so lonely.
Okay.
I mean, no, I'm not.
Just in case there is some kind of retribution for you.
I don't retribute.
I do. I'm a
Yes.
paladin of retribution.
Are we going this way? I just walk in a direction. I don't know if it's correct.
I am grabbing Keeling by the arm and just trying to lead her the way.
Yeah, luckily your home is not too far away from where the party was. The Growlhorn Villa itself, and I don't know if I got this actually properly revealed to you guys or not. It might still be on my overlay. I think it is. I think I just never showed it to you because I'm a jerk. Growlhorn Villa is just right there. If you look right under Solma, giant mecha Solma.
Okay.
What's the name of this place again?
Name of what
Did
place?
we ever decide on a name?
Oh, the name of
we
your.
go with Drunk Dungeons and Flagons.
Yeah. How about we confirm that 100%? Is it the Dungeons and Flagons Adventuring Company? What?
Flagons and Dungeroos.
What is its real name?
I'm not the one in charge.
I will make you guys make this decision right now.
I have given forth my nomination.
Okay. I think it's
all I
ultimately
got,
going to be up
guys.
to the guildmaster, but I think it's up to you if you want to ask people.
Would Ridaro want it to be called Dungeons and Flagons?
Hell yeah, she would.
Then if you will say everybody yes, then I would like to honor Ridaro's decision and keep it going.
Was it the thing she always
Yeah.
said? She's like, you should name it this, and everybody's like, don't name it that. Don't do that.
It's gone.
Do it
really,
anyway.
really though, guys, y'all should name it that. No.
Yeah, I'll add in just the end just for your sign. I'll tap in just a little bit. It's the Dungeons and Flagons Adventuring Acquisitions.
Okay, adventuring acquisitions.
Yeah, it is an adventurers guild. One of a few in the city, but probably the only one in the North Ward. Because usually they tend to be in a little bit more harder places, a little more tougher areas. An adventuring guild you'd find in the Sea Ward or the Dock Ward or maybe even in the Castle Ward. Probably not in the Field Ward, it's too dang poor. That kind of adventuring guild's more like a Thieves Guild. But like, yeah, it's probably the only one in the North Ward. People were really expecting you to make a tavern. And like Dungeons and Flagons made it sound like it was a tavern, and I wonder.
Well, it's also a tavern.
I think you guys decided that people could come in for drinks, so I think that does make it a tavern competitor. In fact, a big one because people are like, we can go to that one with all the special people. let's go see how the other half lives. And it's in the North Ward, so you probably get like hoity-toity people. They're just like,
There's a girl over there. She's got a huge dent in her skull. It's pretty cool.
look at that. That one
Look at
must
that
have gotten
scar.
a
Oh my
fight.
god.
Because it's like a safe environment, safe-ish. It's not like a dive bar, so it's a safe environment for them to be like, look.
Because we're direct competitors with the Yawning Portal, right? And their whole thing is the thing.
You're not really direct competitors with the Yawning Portal when it's literally like It's like a whole.
I mean, the same style as in their whole thing.
Oh,
is the
yeah.
fucking pit
That
shit comes
is
up. Ours
true.
is, ooh, these people are walking back and they're all bloody and shit.
The
It's
Yawning
not actually new.
The Yawning Portal has is you'll probably never be able to fully compete with it ever, and I don't think Durnan would ever be like, if you're like, how do you feel about our competition? He'll just be like, yeah, sure, because he's got location. You guys are still, I mean, you're in a place that not a lot of people are, but the Yawning Portal, your direct competitor, I think, will always be fucking across the street.
Bruins.
Brews. I mean, that's literally the closest one. But I think the idea that you guys think you're competitors with the Yawning Portal is great. Please bring it up if you ever go there. Be like, we're gonna take you out of business, Durnan. And he's like,
this place is all right, I guess.
I guess you know what's better? Dungeons and Flagons. Oh my god, cool.
Put flyers up on their board. You know?
A bit beaten, a bit tail between the legs, but I mean, you were mostly successful. You were successful in not dying in Growlhorn Villa for the most part.
Well, for the most part.
part.
I'm sorry, Kristen. I tried to disarm him.
You limp back through the now slowly darkening streets. You're getting into the, I mean, actually brightening streets. You guys went at night. You went during the dark. You left, and I think the morning is starting to come. You hear, probably as you reach Troll Skull Alley, the sounds of guard bells, and you imagine where exactly they're going, but they're not looking obviously in your direction. They're heading towards Growlhund Villa. You can probably see them go down Horn Street, or at least hear the bells from that northern area. But you can come up to your home, back to the lovely Troll Skull Manor.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is where we would find you. Oh, do I not have a? So do me a big favor, drag your character sheet onto the thing for me, Josh, to put your token in our spot.
I'm going to be huge.
Cool.
No, I'm not.
Yep,
I'm scaled correctly.
Woo! Cool. Yeah. Anybody who needs, actually, I need to ask players to do that more, but I take it upon myself. I need to ask you guys to pull. If you pull your character sheet from the journal into the thing, it makes your token. So I'll probably ask you guys to do that more, to plug your own tokens. For me, it helps me a ton. It's also my same rule of where you move your token is where you are, because I don't want to be moving tokens, because then I feel like I'm playing Dollhouse, even though I enjoy it very much.
Okay.
Yeah,
I would. If we walk in, I'd say maybe we can all have a conversation in the morning. Healing is a little well rested, but I could. Oh, could you just lay a bed here for me as I sleeping on the?
You watch
a series of stools.
Drinks are poured for you guys. You see 4 glasses come out. There's not a lot of people on the first floor of the Dungeons and Flagons. You see one of your dwarven fighters who tends to spend a little more time in the bar than he should. He should be out doing jobs, but he's picked up 1 or 2 in the beginning. In the last couple of days, he's been just sort of hanging out. He's in the first floor. There isn't really anybody else other than maybe you see two individuals, a couple. Make their way up the stairs, who also joined a male and female half-elf rogues. They go upstairs and sort of turn in for the night and probably look at you, and it's obvious, like, just done with a job. Oh, it's the guildmaster. We'll pay our respects to the guildmaster, and then they head upstairs into one of the many rooms that you keep. Are
there only alcoholic drinks here?
Yeah, because I drink apple juice.
You might
I
have
don't
to
drink alcohol, so I have lots of water. I have lots of
tea.
Yeah. Immediately.
Tea on the shelf.
So yeah, you had never been in here before. You might have to interact because this is your first time seeing this, Fung. The drink, like you see 2 glasses. You see 2 glasses go out, one towards Pyre and Keeling, and then you see a bottle of. They just sort of like slide out of nowhere. There's no one behind the bar. They just slide, and you hear the glass. Go. What'd you say?
I said, nice. I can get behind that.
Yeah, the glasses slide in, and then you see a wine bottle float up above the bar. It just floats there and pours 2 drinks, and the drinks push forward towards Pyre and Keeling. And then and then you see something else. Another bottle come up from under the bar and sort of tink under the table. That makes a little bit of a noise. It's a water jug, and it pushes towards Solma.
Okay.
And then you hear what sounds like a tapping, like the sound of like you get a lot of towards you. You can sort of hear it.
Okay.
I just look at Fung and I'm like, Fung. Oh my god, what was the name of the specter? Okay.
What are you talking about? Answering totally got rid of it.
No, he didn't. What's his
you should
name
be
again?
able to see it, and now you will now. Should be on his token.
Oh, wait. Lif?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay. Fang, let me introduce you to Lif. We got him with the place.
Can I see Lif?
You see, you can't see anything, but what you do see is what slides across the nice sort of pristine, recently furnished. Like a lot of the bar is like newer stuff or refurbished. The bar itself is refurbished, and you can see sliding across its nice, almost reflective surface is a menu, and it pushes towards you.
Okay.
Help yourself to anything, Fung.
Yeah, okay. Is there tea on this list?
Yeah.
I'm going to. He's going to find it, like dart right to it. And,
Freshly
point.
grown in the garden
Point.
It's freshly grown in the gardens of the. What is the name of that herbalist shop? The Coralon's Crown.
Yes.
Coralon's nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Coralon's Crown. All right.
I was gonna say the tea grew over Martina's grave. Really
Dead
tasty.
people.
Really
Nice.
great.
Dead people tea.
A pot of tea comes floating out of the pantry. You can see some steam coming off of it, along with a small stone cup that slides over to you, and the tea pours out, and some steam comes off of the top. The menus are out. Like Liv poured a drink for Pyre and Keeling, possibly because you've gotten a drink in here before. If it's not wine, tell me what it is.
I'll have wine.
Yeah, that glass gets pushed towards you.
Fire gets apple juice.
Thank
I was gonna say that it's something else I would
Yeah,
offer.
yours is in a bottle, and it is some sort of golden liquid that could be mistaken for alcohol, but it is apple juice.
Nice.
I like that.
Fire's a good boy.
Did you take an oath against drinking too? Is that how that works?
No. So I think the more you guys have hung out with him, you realize he's actually really young. He's not.
Fire?
He's not. Yeah.
Aww.
He's
15.
actually
He's a
really
15-year-old paladin.
He's old. He's like 18.
Okay.
I mean,
Talks out the big
any
game.
age is legal drinking age if you're brave enough. So.
Yeah, but he's afraid of the alcohols. So.
Oh, he's afraid of it. Interesting. Okay.
He makes the bad
There's
decisions.
nobody in here, so yeah, we'll just stick with the music.
Yeah. I'd blow the rest of whatever healing lay on hands I have on Keeling's forehead. Like I'd look at it, I'm like, hey, Keeling, is that? And I just kind of touch it, the dent in her head a little bit, try and do something about it.
Yeah, make
So
a medicine
anything.
check.
Oh, I'm really good at.
You're
medicine.
so nice.
Hey,
Not bad.
Hey.
Okay, so you do that, and as you press that, you see it just sort of tink, fill out, taking a dent out of a car.
What was that?
Keeling, you immediately can't see for about 10 seconds. You go blind, and then your vision slowly comes back, and you have a big old headache.
What did you do to me?
The drink helps.
Ow!
The drink helps.
Keel-
It's not like
Keeling, we'll talk about
it's
it
not
in
like
the morning.
crazy.
Okay.
It's not crazy
Oh.
pain, but
Oh.
it's.
Oh,
I looked at Soma and Fong, and I'm like, is this normal for her? Do you know her?
I don't.
what happened?
You got hit in the head, Keeling, and you almost died.
Oh, I did.
Yeah. Which reminds me, as the guild master, could I ask you to not run off so foolishly? I don't want to have more blood on my hands because you just wanted
Can you
to.
talk a little quieter?
Okay, Keeling. We can
Yes.
talk
Yes.
after you take a nice long rest.
Yes.
I will show you where you're gonna be staying.
I want to go sleep.
I'll get up and I'm gonna go Keeling to head out into her room, which is designated for her.
Okay. What room is that? You guys should have access to be able to see the whole place, I believe. I don't think I
Yes.
have. Yep, cool. So whatever room you're interested in, Lord. We know where Lord Narcy is. Let's just get him up in his tower.
In his tower,
In
huh?
his turret peak.
Soma had the tower, right? He's in the turret.
He's in the
peak.
turret
I-
peak.
Oh man.
Okay.
Oh, wasn't
Please,
he? Or...
and no, the turret peak was. I made a little altar for Estes.
You're
and,
right.
you know,
You're right.
the-
You're right. He's in the attic bedroom then.
I have the attic storage.
And
I think
Oh.
he's this one. He's this
oh,
one.
he's this one. Okay, cool. I was just checking to see.
He's this one. Martino is this one,
Okay.
and
Mhm.
Rodaro is this one.
Cool.
Gosh, it's like you don't care about us at all.
A lot of so the thing about these rooms is because you made it into because okay. Oh my god. These rooms are not solo rooms. Because you are an Adventurers Guild, you will find that each has about 4 beds in them, other than, I would say, the attic bedroom with Fang and Solma's room. These top rooms here are the private rooms. Everything else is kind of like shared area. The common room has stayed the common room. The den has been kind of like turned into an area for people to like actually stay, and is sort of being converted into bedrooms, because I mean you want people to be able to stay here if they need to. So yeah. Very cool. So are you guys all heading to sleep for the night?
I think as soon as they leave, Pyre just like passes out face first on the counter, and is just like asleep.
We have Pyre's new bedroom.
Not like a bed. He's just he's just like face down, like hands. Like...
Yeah, you will wake up with a blanket on you.
Thank you, Fawn.
Yeah, what if fun? We have 2 Keelings on the board. I'm just gonna dump one.
Oh no, there's too many.
There was a moosh on the bar, and while there was a moosh on the bar during the night, before you guys leaves, you saw a lot of moosh getting pulled off the bar by invisible hands and put down.
Yeah.
Just a floating cat.
Yeah. And probably Solma got a lot of sense of like frustration that this cat is on this level, but Moose just keeps finding his way into this level, and Liff tolerates Moosh, but doesn't want animals in a food area. So,
carries around his stupid toys, stick with like a feather.
I mean, you found Moosh in this house. He kind of just sort of owns the place.
He owns the place. We can't stop him. We tried, and we're like, whatever. He can go whatever he likes to.
Something that's fun about Moosh, when he looks at you, feels like more than one person's looking at you. That's a fun little thing to know about Moosh. He kind of stares at you with these big eyes that feel like something else is watching you behind them. It can be creepy at times, but then he's such a nice boy.
Right. Not creepy at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there are moments I think everybody in the house has gone like, "Is that cat okay?" Super nice.
Possessed.
Super nice. That there's been a couple moments where he's looked at me like, "Ooh." I mean, you guys found him in this house. Very cool. Fung, so we know we got a passed out Pyre. Solma goes upstairs to her room.
I would go upstairs. Keeling is gonna be staying in one of my, because Solma is not used to sleeping in beds on the floor, so she'll just spread up like some blanket and put Keeling there, so she can then talk to her in the morning when she needs to. And Solma before that definitely told Fung like, hey, you can stay in the room, or you can like find a different like bed wherever you want to be. Wherever you feel comfortable. Also, like the praying room is open, the attic bedroom, you can stay there, or you can also hang out in our room with me and Keeling.
He would nod to you, and I guess make off toward that bedroom that they offered last time when I got here.
Attic bedroom, you can move your token.
Attic bedroom.
Which should be just right up here. Very cool.
Yes.
All right, so the morning comes. Let's get some better. Is this good music? Let me see. Yeah. The morning comes through, and you can hear just sort of the activity of the house as it slowly begins to grow. Who's the first awake?
Pyre.
Pyre. Pyre, that's excellent. You will wake up.
Passed out at the bar. Great.
Nobody said anything, so I had to go.
Yeah,
give me a chance.
You wake up with a blanket on you. Not sure where from, but as you wake up, the blanket will be removed by invisible hands, and an expecting Liff sits at the other side of the bar, waiting for you. You think at first you, but not just you, as the door to the first floor of the Dragon and Flagons tavern opens, and you see other members of the guild walk in. About 5 individuals. We see those 2 half-elves. We see that dwarf again, a couple others that I won't descript just yet, so I'm not juggling 50 characters.
That's probably why I wake up first.
Yeah, they make their way in and just sort of. You probably get a couple of, since you've been around even 2 days, they're starting to like wonder if you're a new member. So you probably get like a hand on the shoulder of the dwarf, say, "Oh, this one been staying up late, hasn't he? This is drinking me under the table. Nice job." And he'll go, "Lift, get him another one." At which point the elves come in and just go, "No, don't, let's not, leave him alone." And it just says, "Oh, I'm just playing around. Of course, he doesn't need another drink." And he'll go sit at his table. We'll name those. I'm not naming them till you guys. If anybody engages with them, they're
Bingo 2, Bongo 2.
No.
They're not bingo and bongo.
Not bingo and bongo.
They take their seats. They get some breakfast from Lift, which seems to have already been prepared. It's meager. It's not like bacon and eggs or anything, but they get some bread and some fruit. And somebody enters into the bar, a pyre that you recognize, a friend of yours. You see Raynar Neverember step in through the door and look over across to you. Huh, pyre.
Oh, I wave and I run and go give him a hug.
Yeah, he'll embrace you. Says. Let me remember his voice. Yes, it's more like this. Perfect. It says, "Oh, Pyre, we had just spoken the other day, but it's good to see you again." Yes.
Great. Some shit happened last night. You're gonna want to hear all about this.
Well, we are in the bar. Perhaps I will get a nice morning, a brisk morning tea, and maybe we shall. I am here. Oh no, I'm dipping into Chelton accents. Yeah. It's really rough for me. Fancy Raynar Neverember. This is my name. Good. Okay. Well, fine. Excellent, Pyre. No, let's sit. Let's talk. I imagine that we'll want to speak to the others, though. Solma.
Of course.
Solma. I mean, I do know. I have met Solma before. I believe we spoke. I would very much like to speak with her. It's been some time since worse times, and it'd be nice to see her in better times.
Yes, she seems to be handling the situation roughly. I don't know.
Well, I imagine anyone would.
Conceal, don't feel, I think, is the way she's doing.
The naturally, of course, but I believe information that I have will be pertinent to you, and hopefully we'll be able to get a private room as well. Bartender, is there a bartender? At which point, like, a menu comes up. Oh! I was told the place was haunted, but I didn't know that you employed ghosts. But it's fine. It's fine. Whew. Tea? Can it hear me? At which point, the same situation of it coming out. It goes, how quaint. Interesting. The Yawning Portal doesn't have this.
No, the Yawning Portal is nothing compared to Dungeons & Dragons.
So it's getting there. So they all wait downstairs. Anything else you want to speak of, Pyre? I don't want to cut you off with Raynar before the others wake up.
I think I hold off. I think we just make small talk.
Yeah, Raynar is ready for small talk. He wants to wait for more people.
Pyre used to work for him and his dad, so it's
okay. Yeah, absolutely.
He's a knight. Yeah,
absolutely. Okay, so that is really interesting. I'm gonna have some stuff for you a little bit later. Solma, Keeling, Fung, how process of waking up, or do you just want to be down here?
Before I would definitely wake up for like a morning meditation, as I do, but not this time in the tower, but next to Keeling. So when she wakes up, I'm ready to talk to her.
Okay.
I wake up excruciatingly. Like, it has been a hard, long night.
Make a Constitution check.
Ooh.
Let's do this.
Just the saving throw.
You can do it.
Natural 20. Natural 7.
I woke up hard.
Yeah. This will probably be the last day it really hurts, but it does hurt still. Yeah, you wake up hard.
Oh yeah,
Don't
I'm
we all?
groaning and awful.
It's like you drank yourself under the table twice, and it's like...
Oh god, I'm never going to fight in battle again. That's a lie.
I'll pass her some water.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. Where are we? Oh, we're at the. Oh, thank you.
You're in the Guildmaster's bedroom.
Uh-oh.
Oh god, why does my head hurt so bad?
You got hit with a hammer.
Yeah.
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 Solma,
What
is there like a wall with like Zentarum like connection dots, like or not or Xanathar connection dots? Do you have like a investigative like corner?
Yes, I do.
That's noticeable.
More like the red yarn, like the red yarn and the push pins all over the place.
The newspaper.
Yeah, the ransom notes.
Everything. Some of the killings, Martina's stuff from her, like what she tried to create with me when I was trying to teach her some woodwork, really failed, really ugly, but I love it still. It brings it joy to my heart. Some little flowers like on the windows, and lots of stuff, lots of symbolism of Istis, like her like praying symbol, the needle, because Istis has the needle and the threads, so it feels right to have the threads around the room, just connecting everything. Absolutely. And lots of sage, yes. And water. And maybe Moosh staring creepily in the corner, being like, "Meow."
Oh yeah, Moosh. Yeah,
Moosh.
He'll be in the corner of the room staring. He's got those, like the super bright, His eye color is unique. It's red. Oh, red, like a reddish orange.
Okay.
That thing's bad news.
Chop that thing up.
It's like a reddish orange.
Thing's bad news.
I will tell Keeling, you're in my bedroom. You can see that I'm trying
I know.
to. You know? Is that obvious? Keeling?
Everything's where it was supposed to be.
I mean, oh my gosh!
She's been in here before.
Keeling,
she knows exactly what it looks like.
Keeling, I need to talk to you.
Yes?
Yesterday what you did was quite foolish, even though we don't know each other that well. I don't want you to die, just being in the guild for like only 3 days now. And if I would have to tell your family that you are dead because you just ran off like that, I don't know if I can be happy with myself. I failed one younger individual. I don't want to fail you as well. I want to be a better leader, even if I really don't want to be, but I will try my best. And Keeling, you have so much potential, but you remind me of my sister. And if you continue what you're doing, you'll end up dead.
Will
you promise me to think? Oh.
I will promise. I'm very, very sorry, Lady Solma. I didn't want to. And then just immediately, like, on your lap, like, I'm so sorry. I'll never do it.
It's
just
okay,
Keeling. Big tears, a lot of snot. Just.
Moose jumps down and leaves the room. It's always kind of he seems to find the right holes in the wall that haven't been fixed, and he's just out of
Moose is like, screw this, I'm out.
As any smart cat would do.
So that's pretty much my interaction. Then I'll tell Keeling, like, hey, let's get you some food. We're gonna go down and see if Pyra is up. Or Fun.
Okay.
Fun, what's your morning like?
Fung would be up probably just before you see the sun. He'd be burning some incense in the room, doing morning meditation, and then move on into stretches and whatever the D&D version of Tai Chi would be.
while you're doing D&D yoga, Moosh is in there. Like, he's doing the cat thing, where it's like when you're trying to like do something in an area, he's just around.
Got his butt in your face.
How do you
Yeah.
deal with Moosh? Do you like? You could like get him out. You could like make him leave the room, or like what is your interaction?
Due to the intense training at the temple, Moosh does not face Fung.
Yeah, he did have to deal with Martina for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
This
Moosh,
is just another test.
Moosh sticks around in that room for sure for as long as you're in there. He
Just
likes you a
just
lot.
another. I'm glad he does. Great.
Make a charisma check with
Oh
advantage.
god.
We're really bad at that.
I have a -1.
With advantage.
Yeah.
Oh, not a saving throw, just a
It's
check.
okay, guys. Our two charisma people have like a
Oh,
combined
ew.
age of like 30.
Moosh hangs out for a little while, but I think as you ignore him, like maybe like one of your movements kind of like smacks him a little bit, and you don't even take heed, and he's just like, I'm not getting any attention here, so he's gone.
Right.
So after, you go through that. So you've probably been up long enough to hear all of the. So he probably was at you first, and then went over to Solma and Keeling.
So I mean, after all the stretching and stuff is done, he'd probably sit at whatever. Is there any small table in here?
Yeah.
He'd have his calligrapher supplies out. He'd be scrawling something on some parchment.
Okay. Excellent. Do you head downstairs, or do you wait to be, or do you stay here in the morning? What's your morning?
Probably wait until I know Solma and Keeling are going downstairs.
Yeah, it's
I
easy
will-
to hear the sniffling, but go ahead, Solma.
I will probably, after she calms down, I'm like, Keeling, it's okay. We learn from our mistakes. Oh my god, I don't know how to handle this.
I'll be
Solma,
better.
I have to say, Solma, she never had like a younger sibling who would actually cry and like need the attention. So she's like, I don't know what I'm doing. This is what people do.
Martina was so much easier.
Yeah.
You're used to being like, it's okay, and then you just getting shoved away, like, I'm fine.
Yeah, you just,
Exactly.
you just got shoved. Yeah.
So with this one, it's gonna be like, okay, I think I get up and she's still holding me, and I'm like slightly higher than her, so she's like dangling. I'm like, okay, Keeling, I need you to let me go.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Go. Yes. And we're gonna take a deep breath. Exhale. Okay. You're doing great. And
Okay.
I will just grab her and like, let's go. And I'll knock on Fung's door before we go downstairs.
Okay. He would open it not more than a couple seconds afterward. He looks like he's been prepared for quite a while. So
You just see this damped shoulder on Solma really wet. And I'll be like, and just go downstairs.
You thought you were an earth genasi, not a water genasi. Shit, though.
I am becoming one.
You know, we don't
definitely.
appreciate
Becoming-
slurs like that, okay? So,
he's gonna become a plant genasi because they're grown out of the earth. Yeah.
Growing right out of the
Please.
earth, you know.
Just
Like
remind
Solma's like a
us.
chia pet. Yeah.
Just remind us what she looks like.
There you
Oh
go.
my god. I love it.
We have the old Solma token on here, by the way, so if you want the new one, you can just throw it down from your character sheet.
Mm-hmm. How do I do it?
You grab it from your journal and just sort of drag it onto the. It's like grab your character sheet from the journal area and drag it onto the map, and it should slap your.
Not the icon. Grab the actual name.
Yeah,
or
the
it won't
actual
work.
name,
Okay.
and that'll be how you do it. I want to see it done.
I'm trying. I feel the pressure.
No,
Oh god.
you're good. You're good.
Okay.
There it
Yeah.
is. Cool.
Yes.
Please do that always in the future for me when I need your token. So yeah, you can.
Now
always-
the two folk
It looks awesome.
fight.
Thank you.
There you go. Cool. So yeah, Fung would have the door knocked upon. Did you guys do that back and forth already?
What?
At the door, I was marking pages in my book. Did you guys do the back and
yes.
door?
yes, we did.
Oh yeah, she opened it and
Yes.
I greeted him as we usually would do. Solma, she's not used to like physical interaction, so you can see Fung on her that she is she looks really out of her element, and you can say that after like a couple of months living in this city that she's slightly more changed. She is slightly more like composed. She's more emotional, which is really different.
right. He would give you the thing he wrote earlier.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
And he would just deeply bow without saying anything.
I bowed back to him and I read the thing.
It is an apology for allowing Keeling under his wing yesterday to fall.
So much emotions. Oh, I can't handle it. Okay. Someone will just look at Fung and slightly smile and put an arm around. Keeling, I assume that you're still there?
Yes.
Okay. I'll just turn him so we're slightly facing away from Keeling and just like, it's understandable. Like, it's not really your fault. She is quite... If you remember Martina, this is like a different version of her, but much more emotional, which I'm not used to. But I talked to her, and hopefully she'll take the advice.
He would nod, understanding everything you just said, for sure.
Sorry.
Absolutely.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
We would see our party making their way down into the tavern as each of you enter in, and you enter in together, I think, as a group. So you would see all together. Pyre sitting next to, and very, very chummingly, Raynar has his hand over. You see Raynar. It's the first time in a while for you, Soma, and I think the first time ever for Keeling and Fung. But Soma, you would see your old acquaintance Raynar, who even helped you get this place together in the first place. He's got his arm around Pyre. I don't know if you had any prior knowledge that these two knew each other, and they're like old friends. And Raynar's like, you remember that time? Oh, god dang it!
Soma has questions. She's curious. She's like,
Sounds like Wakanga's brother.
Yeah, I know. I that's the Charlton accent. I go right into it. It says, you remember that time when my father told us to go into the woods together, that you were to protect me, and I said, do you remember what happened? The boar? It was terrible.
I swear it's a lot bigger than it actually was when we killed. I swear it had some magic on it that made it a giant boar.
It was exactly. It was absolutely wild, and I was so young back then too, and I mean it was. It seems as though you though haven't. I forget that your features stay a lot more better. I mean, you look as though it's like yes.
Makes me glow a little bit.
You understand? Soma! Hello!
She sits down next to him.
It has been some time. He stands up as if to be like, you saved me, like I feel like an embrace is more necessary. And he says...
More hugs.
Yep, and he just says, it is good to see you. Good to see your tavern, your adventuring guild, from what I hear, doing so well. You doing so well. Look at this place. You guys it's really come from what it was before. Really grew up. I mean, when I first saw it, I have to say it. I didn't think there was any chance in hell. I mean, I thought they'd bulldoze this place down. At which point, a drink slams down in front of Raynar very hard. Okay, thank you. Some water spills over. It's like, it's very nice though to see that you've gotten it where it is today. And in such short time, the guilds really seem to have helped you. I'm glad that Floon was able to connect you so well to get it to where it is.
Oh, how is Floon doing?
It says, you know him, Pyre. He's getting into all kinds of trouble, as he always has.
Floon.
We should all hang out together. I miss Floon.
I don't know if you want to see Floon nowadays. He's kind of gone down a line of work that's changed him a bit, and I've been speaking with him. He's finding his way in the world.
Yes, he is.
Oh, let me. Pyre instantly gets up. Let me introduce you. And he like gets up and runs over.
I think it's also got to be a situation, Pyre, where you see Raynar. You know, Raynar knows his relationship with Soma. Go ahead.
Raynar. So the way like beforehand, because Pyre came here and Raynar was like, "Hey, you should go over to these people."
Yeah,
kind of pointed
exactly.
me in the direction of Soma.
Exactly. Okay, exactly. Yes.
I can get into more later. We'll get into more later.
Exactly.
But he runs over to introduce Keeling to him. And he's like, because everybody came down as a group, right?
Yeah.
Keeling, are you looking okay? Are you dazed? Are you crying?
I'm fine.
Okay. Reynard, this is Keeling. I'm not sure her last name. She is she is something. You should see her out there. We'll explain what happened last night soon, but she was instrumental in the whole ordeal.
Hi.
He says, "Oh, good morning.
Good morning.
It is nice to meet any friend of Pyre, and any friend of Pyre or Soma is a friend of mine. You are a member of the guild."
Yeah.
And, well, it's very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Are you all right?
Yes.
She had a rough night last night.
I'm fine.
Oh.
I'm fine.
Well,
We had to, yeah.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to upset you.
No, you're not upsetting me.
Anyway, here to
Thank you,
Nice to
Pyre.
meet you.
Thank you.
he's like, let me introduce you to Fung here. He is just a man of little words, but he
Raynor never
packs a big punch.
It is nice to meet you. Like I said before,
he doesn't extend a hand. He's got like his hands in his robes, and he bows in greeting. Yeah.
and he just says, "Oh, and he'll give an elegant, noble bow. Obviously, not going to even attempt what you're doing, just what he knows. It is an honor to meet any friend of my dear companions. Or, yes. And he'll look over and says, "So Soma, it's your party."
Yes, it is. Fung is actually an old friend from the temple.
Oh, well, then consider us best of friends. Solma saved my life. That's how I met her. And Pyre here, I'm sure he's already told you, used to be a childhood bodyguard. Good friend of mine, and well, an ally when I had few.
I didn't know that.
Oh, Pyre, you didn't tell them.
We haven't had much time for talking yet.
And he says, "Well,
lots of work lately that you will want to hear about, Reynard. I had an interesting running with someone."
And he'll say, I would definitely want to hear what you told me the other night. I have some pertinent information for all of you that I believe, if you are engaging what Pyre tells me you're engaging in, you will want to hear. I believe much of this is," and he looks around, "much of this is my fault, so we should talk as soon as possible."
We can go back into my room. That's where we're gonna have
A private
privacy.
chamber where there will be no prying eyes.
I believe not.
We all stare at Moosh when he says that. No.
Yeah. You stare at Moosh, who's sitting over here, but like laying down, like sort of halfway in a sunbeam.
Yeah.
Like in this corner, like definitely chilling out.
Sunbathing.
That is the only room I can think of that we could have some privacy.
Yeah. So you guys get up together and head out. As you head out, a couple more adventurers step their way in. I think you see who? You see a kinku, one of those bird individuals. They're followed by an individual, a very unique pair. The biggest individual you've been able to recruit so far is a gosh, I wish I remembered the name. You will for me, Tom. What is the elephant race? Loxodon. You see a Loxodon and a Kinku. The Kinku, very, very small at the Loxodon's feet. The Kinku, you remember, came to you looking for protection from the Xanathar Guild, being recruited, and you offered them protection. The Loxodon, I think, came as well, just for more mysterious reasons. You're not exactly sure. Mostly just to engage like others, but seemed to befriend this and sort of take a protective role to the Kinku. But they seem to start working together. They've been taking jobs together in your guild, and they make their way in, and you get a big from the Loxodon, and the Kinku's just kind of like food, and so, like making their way in. You get some of that on your. Gosh, I'm gonna have to write these down because I'm gonna have to make names and shit. Nobody forget how many characters I'm making on the fly here. And they.
Definitely bowing down to everybody, trying to be respectful and trying to look like a leader, even though she doesn't feel like it.
Yeah, the rest of the party steps out, and you get some eyes as you step out with Raynar and Everember, just kind of like I think even the Loxodon just kind of like, noble, and just kind of like goes back over, and they're all sort of getting their food, more stuff that goes into the pay of every month of keeping this or every day of keeping this place afloat. Very cool, and you all head up to the attic storage room, at which point our joyous music ends.
Alright, roll for initiative, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna fight him.
Yeah, Moose transforms into a dragon.
Oh my god.
Right.
Well, which dragon?
Oh!
The red one. Or bronze. I don't know
The
which
rainbow dragon.
Rainbow dragon. He breeds rainbow.
one.
Oh, prismatic spray.
Color
breath.
spray, yeah.
That's
That's his breath, his color spray.
I got a pyre and a fung still chilling out in the in the thing. Cool.
I thought you liked to play Dalhoff.
So is there a table in your room, Soma, for you guys to like meet at? What's the lounging situation?
Okay, there's where the board is of my Sherlock Holmes things. There's there's pillows there, and there's like a small table that I made, which is like, how in the Asian culture they only have like so you just sit around it. You don't really I don't have chairs. That's not a thing. So we're gonna sit like around a big table with some carved you can see the carved mountains in the temple that I was, so Fung would recognize it, and we would grow up there, and it's really it's like a nice creative project I did to also distract me from Tally, which did some of the other work that I wanted in my room.
Rest in
But
peace.
it didn't work out, yeah. It's sad. Okay. So, and yeah, there's some papers, but my wind powers will move them really nicely away, and I will offer them a seat. Sit down wherever you like.
He'll step in. Says, "Thank you for the chance, at least to allow your room to host this. Very appreciative." And he'll step in, and he moves over to the sort of the corner, and he says, "Huh, it seems as though you've done quite a little bit of work."
I kept myself busy.
Indeed, you have. Says it's funny that all of this, the kind of path you're on, seems to just lead back to me. I mean, it did when it first came, and when you first started on this path, getting involved in these. Listen, Soma, I feel responsible. Your interactions thus far with I heard about, obviously, I was there. I came, what happened, more details as the story came out. The Xanathar Guild, the murder of your sister. I can't help but feel that your taking of this, or your original quest to save me and, well, in turn save Floon, got you mixed up in the city and its problems, and in the war going on beneath the streets. I feel I owe you something. So I want to help you. After Pyre came to me and told me what happened out in the streets, the explosion, the dead gnome and members of the Zentarum. I know who the gnome is.
Who is he?
He is an old employee of my father's. Pyre never had the time to get to know this person. He is in the shadows for the most part, but you do know his name, Pyre. Though I imagine you would never have recognized him as a corpse. He's more unseen rather than seen. It was Dalakar. You remember the name Dalakar, Pyre. One of Lord Neverember's most trusted secret agents. An individual who you only heard of, but never actually got to see the face. You weren't ever supposed to. You've just heard Lord Neverember in discussions when you were employed that he would, when certain problems came up, he would send Dalakar on them to fix it. And I said, Dalakar has been in the city for a while. Let's start at the beginning. When the lords of Waterdeep ousted my father, I thought that his long, dark shadow was finally gone for good. The truth is, I want nothing to do with my father. I see him as an enemy of this city and of peace. But his spies continue to hound me. It seems I cannot leave my lineage behind me. The past tends to cling to one, such as me. One of those spies, a gnome named Dalakar, had been watching me for months. Then, about 10 days ago, he suddenly was nowhere to be seen. He disappeared. You see, I have some spies of my own, like father, like son. Of course, I am the better copy. In any case...
Of course, sir. Of course.
I would hope so.
Pyre's loyalty to me has been something I have cherished. He, along with me, forsook my father. And, we have been, well, partners in crime ever since. He says, my father didn't trust many people, but he trusted that gnome with his life. I spoke to a few of Dalakar's friends, people that he trusted. Apparently, he was on some special mission to retrieve something for my father. An artifact. A thing that my father treasured, but I never thought was quite so important. I never saw it to be as important as it is today. You see, the Zentarum and the Xanathar think that my father embezzled a large amount of gold during his time as Open Lord. And I don't just mean a large amount. I mean a large amount of gold. We're talking hundreds of thousands of dragons. He stole from the city, one of the many crimes he's committed. But it is mostly rumor, whether or not...
You still deny this, Reynard. You still deny it.
Says, I want to believe that he would not do something so heinous, but it is a rumor. It has never been proven. The Zentarum and Xanathar believe that they can find my father's hidden cache, his vault of dragons, with an object, a paperweight that my father kept on him at all times, a thing he called the Stone of Galore. It was, for a time, in the hands of the Xanathar Guild, to my knowledge. It was not something... I'm hearing dial-up noises.
Oh, that's my husband's TV. Do you hear a lot from the TV?
Not a lot. That was just for a second. I was like, who's getting on AOL while we're... No, it's all good. I will continue.
Welcome. You got mail.
The last known whereabouts of this object were in the hands of the Xanathar Guild. I heard about it through the grapevine and didn't seem to care. It was just a silly stone that seemed to have some innate magical properties, but nothing important. I don't know where they're getting all of this, but they had it. But apparently, someone stole it from the Xanathar himself, right under his nose. The Zentarum thought that I knew something about the stone. That's why they were trying to capture me back in Candle Lane.
Yes.
My father and I have not spoken in years, so much of this is just something I wish I wasn't involved in, but it seems as though I keep getting dragged back. Apparently it's... well, the stone is of great value to my father. He cherished it as a heirloom, but it seems as though he wanted it back quite a bit. So its importance seems as though it might be questionable whether or not it really is true. He looks over to Pyre. Dalakar's mission, my father's gnome spy, was to find the Stone of Galore. That thief that took it out from under the Xanathar's nose, I believe it was him. He would be the only one I can think of who could pull off such a scheme. Well, after speaking to some of Dalakar's friends, he apparently was afraid. See, he can't keep his lips shut. That's his one flaw. He feared that the Zentarum and Xanathar Guild were getting too close to him. He couldn't get out of the city. When he heard about my kidnapping, he wanted more information about the adventurers who had rescued me. I believe his plan was to deliver the stone to you. And then, after which, a certain amount of time would pass, the heat would cool down, he would have you deliver it to my father. But he seemed to have never been able to make it. Now, it is my belief that all of this destruction is over fools chasing a fairy tale. Whether or not it's true, people are dying because of this. When Pyre told me you were trying to investigate, see what happened, what it was that might have been in that satchel, I believe it was indeed the Stone of Galore. And I believe all of the madness of the city, the wars, underneath the streets, everything is going on because people with power in dark places want this money. Now, I don't know anything much beyond this, but I'd hoped that by telling you this would give some clarity to your future exploits. That money belongs to, if it does exist, and he catches himself like saying it, but it's like, if that money does exist, my father truly did embezzle 500,000 dragons, as the tales say. That money belongs to Waterdeep. Belongs to its citizens, not in the hands of the Zentarum or the Xanathar or who else do we know could be after it. If that money were to fall into the wrong hands, it could cause great chaos. I have nothing left really to offer you, as it seems as though my funds are running a little bit tighter than usual. I must do what I can to survive, but if you were to find this thing, or to at least dispel the rumor, you could end the fighting. And if there was such a prize at the end of the tunnel, delivering such a thing to Waterdeep would make you a legend here. Says, I never did like the Stone of Galore. I felt as though I had nightmares about it. It's a very uncomfortable, creepy thing.
How does it look like?
A turquoise stone, almost transparent, with 3 eyes carved into the front. An eerie object my father found on a mission at sea. He brought it back and found some sort of odd obsession with it, and he kept it as a paperweight. I remember being a child and seeing it before and finding it utterly uncomfortable, but he seemed to find some joy from the device. It is just a stone, as far as I know. But apparently, individuals think, I don't know, it has a map carved into it, or there's some sort of secret to a hidden cache of gold.
And I intend to find that hidden cache, Renar. You know that's the main reason I'm back here at Waterdeep.
You and Lady Silverhand seem to believe the same story, but
It's the only way Primrose and I can leave our families behind and start something new.
I imagine if such a cache were to exist, there would be a lofty reward for returning it to the city proper. But obviously that is just speculation. I have no idea if it exists. Keeps looking at you, Pyre. Well, that is the information I wanted to offer you. You said you have something to say to me.
We had a run-in last night with the Zentarum and some other fellows the people you pointed me towards.
They still hound you? The Zentarum?
Not now, but
yeah, looking to Solma. He's like upset that you're still like, even though he heard you were into it, but the fact that if you were attacked or something bad happened to you directly, he's just like, it's that more like, I feel so bad that you've lost because of me. Yeah.
Yay. Okay. We were trying to figure out who caused the explosion, and it led us to the manor where they were fighting the lady and they're killing everybody. And they were following the individual they were looking for.
So they didn't. You
following one Erstil?
Erstl. And I think I heard that name before.
I have heard that name before as well. Erstil Floxen.
I really heard that name before. Well, it is one that I can remember.
You
one who kidnapped him.
I'll allow you guys to recall right now that Erstil Floxen. Erstil Floxen was the name of the when you went down Candle Lane and you saved Raynar Neverember. Just before you did, you busted into an office with a letter with that had upon it Erstil Floxen's name. Yes. You can make a history check, Solma, to try to remember its exact wording. At which point I'll pull it out.
Okay, I'm gonna try. Let's see if it's better today. And no. 16?
Yeah.
Woo!
Hey.
Congratulations,
Finally.
I have to slightly dig here. Let's see here. It shouldn't be too hard. It would have been in room Z5.
Congratulations.
We're rolling above a 10 sometimes, guys.
Yay!
I roll 8s in my other game. I'm using them all up for you.
Oh, is it not Z5? What is it? It should have been Z5. I thought for sure you'd find a letter. Did I make that up? Is that homebrew?
I'm trying to...
Ooh.
It is homebrew. Okay. I did not. There was no actual letter in the real adventure. I just put it there because I thought that was fun. Cool. Yeah, you recall that it was an order from someone who wasn't listed, an order addressed to one Erstil Floxen to capture Raynar Neverember.
Oh yes.
It was an order to do so. You essentially found the smoking gun, and yeah, you remember the name. And Raynar says, a criminal, a member of the Zentarum, gone. Well, let's say even though the Zentarum don't hold the best of, well, actually, if you've seen today's paper. He'll pull out paper and show you guys. The headline says, Zentarum attack noble family. Growlhuns barely escape with their lives. Then you see under it, Zentarum, members of Zentarum and affiliates being collected and questioned. And he says, it's a shame. Some members of the Zentarum are actually good folk. But for the most part, they deal in very dark jobs. So it comes with the territory, I imagine. But there are members of the Zentarum. There are factions within factions that decide to, well, go a little bit further. Erstil Floxen is the leader of one of those factions, from what I know. He was the individual who scheduled, after I spoke with the guard, and they did their own investigation. There was an individual who ordered my capture, apparently. And you know that's not true. You know that Erstil was the one ordered to... Erstil didn't call down that order. Somebody's above Erstil. You know that, Solma. And you can reveal that however you want if you don't want
I will stand up and I'll put my new information. I'll just be like, Erstil and somebody above. And I will tell.
Say, well, that doesn't surprise me. The chain of command in these kind of organizations can go quite far, but that is good to know. Erstil has been labeled a very dangerous individual within the city. He seems to be heading some sort of splinter faction of the Zentarum, one that has been escalating the war. And
Renard, I let him go.
You met him? You knew?
I met him. I was given an option: turn him over to the Grunhills, who would execute him on sight, or make a deal with him. Have a meeting 2 days from now.
Pyre, I've always
trusted. Actually goes. If he dies there, the trail ends cold. Sure, the head of the Xantharum are over, but then what? The Xanathar take over. I felt maybe if I could make this meeting, learn what they're doing, and I will arrest him there.
Pyre, I've always trusted your judgment. That is a stout plan, but you have to know that when dealing with the Zentarum, anything can be expected. If you may, I don't know, you may regret or pat yourself on the back for that action, letting him go, and this is the first you guys... So it's something to note. The rest of the party is learning this information for the first time too, correct, Pyre?
Yes. No, he was gonna tell him. This is what he was gonna tell him.
Oh, anyway. Okay, so this is that moment.
It wasn't like I was withholding it. It's like I was like...
I've always...
Hey.
Yeah, absolutely. I've always trusted your judgment, Pyre. Ever since we were younger, when I was younger. But be very careful with this. Erstofloxin has been labeled a very dangerous man. There is a bounty on his head.
I don't trust the Grunhills either. Their story, something seems off about it.
It is odd that you infiltrated the Growlhund manor. I know the Growlhunds. The Growlhunds worked in, politics for a time. I believe the Lady Growlhund was for a time trying to, I know that it was more of a joke among Lady Silverhand than anything, but her trying to get a position in the Lords of Waterdeep or something close. A lot of aspirations from that family, but I don't know much else about them, but I know who would. And he kind of smiles, and then you know who he's talking about. Floon. And he says, there's only one person...
This dead look on Selma's eyes being like,
there's only one person who deals in the dirt of nobles, and that is our dear friend Floon. So if you were to want to know more about the Growlhunds, then he would be the one to go to. As far as I know, they are a mostly laughed at noble family, given whatever respect they give is mostly to, let's just say that they're not respected among all nobles, but some still hold respect for them.
So, Ed, out of character, is it normal for people to have magic circles in their bedroom?
Do you want that knowledge for your character or for your player?
Character, I guess.
Make a history.
Because I saw that. I saw when we busted up into that room, there was a magic circle in there.
Make a history check.
That shit is hella suspicious.
Yeah.
Sorry, I lost my character sheet. It's somewhere.
No,
where is
it's in there.
We're gonna advantage it.
Okay.
Oh.
I mean, I will say with a 7 in history, you haven't heard of this too much. You haven't heard of too many of these being in there, so it seems like it would be an out of place. It would seem like a notable thing.
Yeah, I said the Grout Hills. Their story about this machination from the Temple of Gond that stole the stone came there and left, and they have no idea about. I don't believe that for a second.
Well,
there's some magic circle in one of their bedrooms.
That is expensive magic.
And they treated that poor stable boy like shit. I trust he's...
That is the type of family you're dealing with, the Growlhounds. Elitists, I would call them.
If they had agreed to turn Erstil over to the city guard after we captured, I would have done it in a heartbeat, but I know they would have killed them to cover their own asses there.
Well, it seems you've at the very least opened yourself a new avenue. You could question the Zentarum about what they know. They were in the Growlhounds manor. Imagine you guys explain most of the details of your situation. It says if they were within the Growlhounds manor, I mean, they might know their side of the story. If you've heard one, why not the other? A safer route would be talking to Floon, but I'm not sure. It's up to you what you want to do in that situation.
Either way, I need to make some attempt to arrest this man.
If you do, be careful. And I would highly suggest, though I'm not going to give you away or force you, working with the city guard is much better than working against them, I imagine you're not, but even in secret, they have resources that could help you. If you know a location of Erstil Floxen, that is valuable information. I imagine Captain Stagnant would want to know.
True. I was planning on meeting with them, but don't want the Zentarum tipped off. And I think
yeah.
Pyre's doing this thing, and since Renar and him knows a lot, do you know it's really Pyre just wants to come off as a big hero here? He really is just like, I just really actually want to be a big boy.
Raynar understands, I think he sees that, but he'll simply say, and he'll look to you first, Pyre, and then to the rest of you. I just want you all to know the level of danger you are putting yourselves in when dealing with these kinds of people. They are not the kind of folk to leave you... And he stops for a moment. Solma, you know the full weight of what you deal with. I imagine that you can relay that to your clan, your guildsmen.
I can. They will just take everything from you. They always have a different motivation. They don't take pity. Only they will leave you there to suffer.
Well, we will give them nothing and take from them everything.
Well, if you find yourself in trouble with the city guard, you know that you can always call upon me, but I would like it very much if that was not a situation I had to deal with often.
You don't know who I am. You don't know.
So if I have to hear that you are in chains again, let's just say I won't be thrilled, and also realize that my influence has limits.
I don't intend to tarnish your name, you know.
All right.
You won't tear a peep out of me.
Let's not leave a string of Zentarum and Zenithar bodies behind, shall we?
Of course not.
All right.
Just, yeah.
I imagine that hopefully my words have helped you, and your words have definitely given me something to think about. I think this is where I will leave you. Maybe get one more drink down in your tavern before I go. It's a lot to chew. Yeah. But I hope you all the best.
Oh, you too.
Thank you.
I also want to say something, Paya. The other day I had a young stable boy come to my door asking for shelter. Unfortunately, did have to turn him to the nearest orphanage, but he did say that you were the one who called him there. I would appreciate if you don't send destitute children my way. You know me full well. I don't have the time, energy, or...
I was not intending for him to stay. I was going to come get him tonight in the morning, but
apparently he had no interest to return to his family, nor did he want to return to wherever it was you sent him from. I imagine, now that you've told me your full story, I may have to, if they come calling, tell the Growlhounds exactly where their stable boy is, but...
Well, I know some people who will take after him.
He's in the Northward Orphanage if you are looking for him.
No.
The people there will take good care of him for the time being until either his parents or his employers come to claim him. But that is none of my business. I don't mean to be crude. I have a heart, but there are many orphans in Waterdeep. Many people looking to escape hardship.
Can I just send my retainers to go look after him?
You could, yeah. But that's where
Yeah.
your retainers are.
Well, I wrote a quick thing for all 3 of them,
Okay, cool.
so I know who they are. They don't do anything important. They're all just like hanger-on.
Raynar will say, if you says some parting words. If you seek the Stone of Galore, you know now full well how coveted it is. It will be putting a big mark on your head.
Mm-hmm.
If you find it, and you need any help, don't hesitate to go to the authorities.
You know me, Raynar. Nothing but respect for the authorities.
Well, I believe you will keep my secret of Dalakar. I do not want any connection drawn back to me. I don't need any more attention. Let's leave him dead for a while.
Dala who? Who? I don't know who you're talking about.
Me neither. Well, good day to all of you, and good luck on your future endeavors. This conversation never happened. And he will step out the door with a bow. And
I bow
leave
back
your
to him.
tavern.
Thank you.
Excellent. Well, guys, you have day number 1 since the this is day number 1 since the happenings at oh geez. Well, I just backed out. I just hit a button and backed right out of roll 20. So we're gonna bring that. We're gonna bring that back.
Right in there.
Very fun. There's a button on my keyboard that apparently they're like, you need a back button. Here it is. So like, thanks.
So what do you guys think? It seems like we could go talk to Floon, or we could go be heroes.
Ah, Floon. What if Keeling falls for him too?
Okay, we can't introduce him to Floon. We can't.
Yeah. You got a couple points.
Kristen, you're muted.
I will remind you of your you know of your meeting with Erstelflox.
Kristen, we can't hear you.
Oh, are you still muted from when you're moving? Oh, yeah, no audio.
Oh, she's not. Oh, she gone.
Oh, our cameras are all messed up.
Cameras.
Yay!
Fuck our cameras.
Hello?
No?
Oh, could we hear her?
Oh, I heard something.
There was a bark?
Hello!
Oh, there you are. There you are.
Oh, there we go.
You're back.
No wonder. I thought you were ignoring me.
No.
No.
We
no,
did
no.
that anyway.
Oh, well, you muted that whole conversation? I'm so sorry.
Yes. It's okay, because she only had like minor like questions, but then everyone just kept talking. I was like,
What was she saying? Just for my
no.
own.
Well, one was like,
I like
one
to think
was.
that's what would have actually happened.
Oh, you just got like
Exactly. That's
cut
what I
off.
thought was a purposeful thing.
Oh, no.
Where she was like asking like, how do we know Delicart will actually be at the meeting? Was like one of the things where it's like, but he's a jerk. Why? How do we know he's gonna be there? And then
You mean old Erstel?
yeah,
not Erstel.
exactly. So they were like obvious questions that
I think we have
everyone
a
would know. It's
chance.
just she finds it confusing.
Raynar leaves and you have a chance to speak.
Oh. So is Delicart actually gonna be there in
Erstel.
3 days? Erstel. Names. I'm sorry. I'm terrible with names.
You're good.
Ooh. Okay.
There are a lot of them.
He might be, but if he is, I think he will have some kind of plan of getting rid of.
Then we should have a plan, because we're not going to go in there without a plan, because that'd be dangerous.
Of course. Precisely, Keeling.
Okay.
The agreement was that him and I would talk. I don't know if bringing my full entourage will tip him off. Maybe we go in separate
Probably.
and alert the guard beforehand of what we're doing, but don't give them enough time to do anything about it.
I thought we're not supposed to talk to the guard anymore. The nice man just said.
No, he said to talk to the guard more.
Oh, I misunderstood that then.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, let's talk to the guard more.
You also know that Barnabas Blastwind told you shouldn't get involved.
Yeah, that's why we were avoiding the guard and everybody else. Oh god.
I mean, you've had a lot. You've had Raynar Neverember come in, who is a notable lawful figure, and he's going to tell you to. I mean, you don't have to. He's going to tell you should work with them.
But
or we make a citizen's arrest. I think sounds good. Not looked on fondly here, but. No, don't worry. Listen, worry about catching Urstel first. Worry about the guard second. We can just...
Okay, so we need to catch Urstel because he might not be at the meeting. But we're going in with a plan. And
Are you okay?
Sorry, my headache.
Let's go.
Oh my god, where is
the
this?
puppet?
Yeah.
You still have
is
the
still
device.
missing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The
still
puppet,
missing.
I don't have a fucking clue about the puppet.
I just take
unless
it out for
unless
fun,
it goes back
click it.
to the Grun Hills.
You stick it out for fun?
Why? What's
Yeah,
at the
I just take it out, just
with?
curiously, just clicking it if something happens.
Nothing.
Stole a necklace and then it came back, and bad
And they
guys
have
were with
never
it.
heard of it before. It just comes and goes.
Wait.
They're lying. I don't. Maybe they're telling the truth. Maybe I don't know. I
She
don't
was
know.
so.
Listen,
she seemed so sincere.
Act first, plan later, is what I say.
Yeah.
Wait.
No.
Wait.
Don't worry.
No. This is a test. No. We plan first and then we act because then we get in trouble otherwise.
While this is going on, the camera turns to Fung. Fung, what do you look like in all this situation?
He's going. Sip the tea.
Moose jumps up on the table.
Was he in here the whole time?
You don't know?
I'll pet him as usual.
I'll make myself really warm because I'm a fire genasi.
Yeah.
I'll make myself really warm and try and get him to cuddle with me.
Meow. It just he'll just love the attention that he gets.
Before we plan anything, you said you have the meeting in 2 days?
2 days, 1 day, I'll have to check my notes at the something dragon inn.
Skewered, it's the Skewered dragon.
Dragon.
It's the one that you guys went to before. I believe that is its name. It should be the Skewered dragon. That's the one. The one with the anchor going through it.
Oh, the one.
Yeah.
The one that's like the SpongeBob place.
The one with all the holes in the floor. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Soma's like, I would like to stop by somewhere and maybe we can get some leads from the person I talked with before. Would you like to join me? He's ready.
Yes.
Okay, Killing.
Sure. Let's make an afternoon of it.
Yeah, it's still morning. Let's get some water, dude.
Oh well, he's not. He's got to like get a shower. He's got to call his hair dude over. That's one of my retainers. Is my hairstylist.
Hairstyle.
The other is like my tailor.
Someone like patting your makeup while you're getting your hair done.
One is my tailor, and the other is this like middle-aged halfling woman who just kind of follows us around because her kids are like off at college and she was bored, so we like just pay her to like follow us around and write cool stuff about me. Those are my 3 retainers.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's great. That's so good.
Would like to maybe head to the detective agency to see if he is there, to see if he heard about something going on, or maybe seen a mechanical creature in some kind of area. So we can go straight there.
He already gave us a tip, right?
One for me before, and I don't want to know if he can give me more tips.
Okay, yeah, no. We'll go to where is it? Ah, yeah. Troll Skull Alley. We will go to Troll Skull Alley. That's where we find our characters. And if you don't exist on here how you want to, you can always pull your token down. It'll come out bigger, but it's fine.
Yeah.
and you can delete your other token just by clicking it and hitting the delete button. So yeah, you can head over to the Tiger's Eye Detective Agency to try. What does that look like? Are you guys all showing up at the same time? Do you step up to his door? He's got like a stoop that leads to a very nice like black oak door.
I will probably
why not?
go first.
Oh, darn it.
Keeling, would you like to go?
Yes.
Okay. I step and let her do.
I step up to it, and then I wait for her to tell me what to do.
Yeah, you're up at the door. You see that the sign hangs over. It's like a tiger's eye, and it says Tiger's Eye Detective Agency. There's a window, but it's a little tall on the door. Probably only Soma could like see in there, but it's like darkened glass. And it's a fully black door, gold filigree with a gold handle.
Do they have a theme song?
I knock.
You knock? What do you mean? Do they have a theme song? I don't get the reference. Oh,
we go in.
Just a sec. Yeah. Well, you knock. How long do you wait?
Like, to me it feels like forever, but it's probably been like 5 seconds.
Dude, if you've ever knocked at somebody's door and waited, man, it feels like it's an eternity.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
like, it's probably 5,
Super awkward
maybe
feeling.
10 seconds, but it
Not
felt
this.
like eternity.
Not this. This isn't the right music.
Whoa. That got really dark real fast.
Lots of crows.
Yeah.
The clouds come in.
It's not dark. That's actually a really nice song. It just starts that way. I thought so too. I thought I was gonna make it dark. It's not. In any case, yeah, you step up to the door of the dark door of one Vincent Trench. You knock on the door, and it takes probably a good 60 seconds. At which point, continue knocking. Probably
I've knocked, and then I tried opening the door.
doesn't open at all. It's locked. And after about 60 seconds of waiting, and probably some definite like. Well, is Keeling just like, knock, knock, knock again? Like, what's the
You
situation?
do the thing where you
Like-
turn around and look at us, and we're like,
Yes, exactly. Then checking the watch that's not there, and then
Yep.
another
And
knock, and then doing that poke through a window. Like,
Yeah.
do I see a window? Can I see a
There's-
creak in the
there's
through
windows.
the keyhole?
There's windows. They're all, when you look inside, make a perception check for me.
Patient is a virtue.
you should see the dragon so it doesn't get a surprise round on you, Kristen.
You see, right? Hold on, I gotta scroll. There we are.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Nice.
Hey, there we
yeah.
go.
You're able to peer through the glass on it has been magically darkened, which is a opportunity. You can't get that through the Glassblowers Guild, I don't even know if they need to make it magical. I think they could just make dark glass, so it's difficult to see through. You peer into what could only be like a dusty. Like you're like over on the stoop, like trying to look through a window. Like you got to kind of reach over the edge of the railing to look in. You see definitely what looks to be some like leather chairs with some like more gold filigree, the same like black and gold going on, sitting inside of what seems to be like some sort of smoking room. There seems to be like some shelves, a couple books on them. You look like you're staring into like a small study. But as you do this, your perception check will also allow you to be you're not like taken aback, but you immediately, as you look through the window, get the sense that you're being watched, and you turn back to look at the door, and it's open. The door is open like a crack, and you look, and it's open, and it might freak you out a bit because you're just looking into darkness. It looks like the door opened on its own, and you might like step forward. Like one moment it was closed, it was open. You didn't hear any of the turning. You didn't hear the door creak. And as you walk up towards the door, like, oh, am I being invited inside? Would that be something Keeling would do?
Yes, absolutely. Well, at first it's the awkward, like, oh.
Yeah, the door creaks open almost invitingly. And as you step towards
And
it, you stop suddenly as you hear a voice. Oh, you were going to say something, and then what?
No.
Oh, yeah, you hear a voice. Can I help you? And you don't know where it came from until you look down, and you see a fully suited goblin.
I love it.
Kill it.
Oh,
He's got his ears sort of pulled back, his hair greased, his ears are pierced with all kinds of like very like beautiful looking jewelry that kind of go all the way back, and he's wearing a sort of like a butler looking suit. If you're here for Mr. Trench, he's not in today.
Oh.
He's currently busy on a mission of the utmost secrecy.
As we
But
are
John.
also. Do you know where you can find him? I've been here before.
You don't find Mr. Trench. Mr. Trench finds you.
Oh.
Yeah, you said that last time. Okay.
That's right. You came here before. I remember. Unfortunately, the master is still busy. And
How does Mr. Trench know to find us?
Obviously, you've not met Mr. Trench. He knows a lot of things.
Oh.
Says, come back in a 10-day, and you might be able to catch him. Unless you'd like to leave a message.
I would like yes, please.
You can tell that he like doesn't like you guys. Like he doesn't. He immediately is just kind of like irritated that he even has to open this door. Probably irritated that you never asked his name, which is fine. He'll never say that. He'll never say that. He'll never. You might not even notice it. He's just like no one cares about that goblin. But anyway, he'll could have been Mr. Trench. Anyway, he'll take down a message for you. Keep it short.
If you have time, please find me. I might need your help. And thank you.
So, pretty much all the rest, same kind of thing. He just puts it down on like a list.
And I will draw the thing that, describe the thing that is like the key to open. You know, I will do it. I will do it.
Maybe you did it before you took off, just before. He'll take it, looks at it, doesn't understand. He's just like, we'll make sure Mr. Trench gets it. And he just puts it in there and he says, will that be all?
That'll be all.
Yeah,
Thank you for your time.
You can see the dark room behind. It's not very well lit at all. You can't really see anything much. And he'll say,
is he lying that he's not there? I'm just curious.
He'll make an insight check.
Yeah.
You and Keeling can do that since you're both up there.
Okay.
Go make just investigation checks.
Hopefully.
You told us the other time that this dude.
Wait,
will
insight
show
or
up
investigation?
when you
Uh-huh.
die,
Insight.
right?
Keeling, do better. 12? Keeling?
Let me roll for him. He's got a bad charisma, so.
No surprises there.
Yeah, I can relate.
Oh,
Yeah, you think there's like a 50-50 chance that Mr. Trench probably is in, but at the very least, like, this goblin is doing the door work of, like, shooing people away. Like, he could be in there. The goblin seems... It's obvious that he's just like, you need to go away. Like, I don't... Like, it's a shoe situation, and he's gonna say whatever he needs to say to get you to leave this door.
Okay. Well, just politely bow down, thank him for his time, and...
Keeling would notice that. For you, Soma, you think, Vincent Trench is a hard guy to get a hold of, but Keeling would notice that this, he could be making it up.
I don't like that little thing.
We don't know.
We should just go in anyways.
Keeling,
Enough
that's
again.
illegal.
That is illegal.
I knock aggressively.
Keeling.
Keeling.
Boom, 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 boom.
Keeling.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Keeling,
I didn't make a
Keeling.
plan. I didn't make
Come
a
on.
plan.
The door,
This wasn't part of the plan. As if the door opens, I say, I am sorry, Mr. Goblin.
It slams shut. He like saw him for a minute. And he was looking like, "What the hell?" He had, like, "What the hell?" face, and it just slams shut.
Come on, we have to go fight for our lives tomorrow. Let's have a fun day before then.
We should maybe check some... Maybe you can have some fun, and I'll check if I can find the automatic creature anywhere.
All right. We see the party start to walk away from the Cat's Eye Detective Agency, but our camera lingers on the door as our next scene opens up only for our audience's eyes only, as we watch through a window of the Cat's Eye as the party walks back down Troll Skull Alley to their next destination. And we would see a shadowed shoulder and some smoke filling a room as it would then take a wide shot, an establishing shot of a detective's office, that sort of glass door with the private eye on the front, and the door opens and we see the little goblin man come through, and he'll say, "Oh wait, I have to remember him. Oh. And what did they want? Shoe. This is... well, same thing as last time, Mr. Trench. This time came with a picture, it seems." He'll make his way up. He flips through the pages. And, we could see just the shadow of the smoke. It cuts right here. We just see his eyes and the very noir look. Well, more than last time. Perhaps later. And he'll go back to the window. Yes. And he takes another drag from his cigarette. Not yet. Not yet, little Solma. And he just watches out the window.
I love this guy so much. Oh, God.
Yeah, like
I'm still convinced it's 3 gnomes in a trench coat.
Yeah.
And
they're stacked 3 high.
yeah, and then we would end on that shot with the goblin entering the room. He's like, "I'm going on break." He's like,
What are you doing up there? I want a drag. Get it down here.
yeah, I think we would see Shu lift up and probably grab a cigarette out of a tray, like one that's like half smoked, just. And he would respect around here. He would just go out the door. Yeah, he's like looking through and he like puts it in like a Solma file.
Yes. Right? I have a file.
There's like a picture in there of Troll Skull Manor and like it's dilapidated and now it's like really good. Like he's got all this information. Oh, he's got like the news article of Martina in there. Oh,
like
yeah.
the clipping, yeah.
Yeah, he's got some info. Oh, it's good. Yeah, and then we would move back over to after we leave the only other dark soul in here besides Pyre, the one who's competing for the most what was it that you said he's competing you for? Forget what it was. Crap! There was
the
Edge Lord. Yeah, like trying to.
Pyre is dressed in all black and red.
Trying to compete for edginess.
He's got his like black and red rose like symbol shit on his shield and stuff.
Right.
So edgy. Oh my gosh.
He's an edgy robe, but he's that edgy, but he's got like the sensitive side, so he's just like extra edgy.
Oh. And which reminds me, Selma will definitely like to ask you about Primrose.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Just do what? About Primrose?
No, you don't have to. Like, someone just curiously, like, by the way, who's Primrose?
Oh, when you bring up her name, he just like looking, he grasps his heart and looks away. He's like, my lover, she is far from me now, but soon we will be reunited.
What is stopping you from being together?
Our families, they don't agree with our love. My family loyal to Neverember, hers to Lady Silverhand. But that's why I'm here. To find that money, make a name for myself, independent of my family, so we can start over together. It's essentially just fucking Romeo and Juliet. He's like 18 years old. He met this girl like once.
Yes. Selma's enjoying this because she likes to read all the romance stuff.
Oh
like,
yeah, it's the moment he embellishes the shit out of it too. She probably doesn't even like him, but
Oh. Okay. Selma just wishes him good luck, and hopefully, you might be together. And I'm clicking. It's not suspiciously the clicker thing, or what is it called?
Yeah,
gig.
Umbrella.
Oh yeah.
Can we head? Where's Floon? So maybe we can try the thing over there.
Floon?
I want to talk to Floon.
You know, Pyre would probably know this as well. Talking to Raynar, you can find Floon in the Yawning Portal. Most times, you definitely can.
I feel bad for telling us where to go.
No.
Yeah, you guys decide where you're heading.
Hey, as long as we go fight Erstal Floxen or whoever his goons are he sent, I'm happy.
I mean, Fung is just following you. That's the whole reason he's here. So
Of course, and I feel so bad for you. I'm so sorry.
for what?
My leadership. Sorry.
Oh
English.
no. Don't be sorry. I mean, Keeling loves it.
No. Yes, I'm happy that she does. Okay.
What path do you take? Do you just take the main road to get to the Yawning Portal? Then is that where you guys are heading?
Sure.
Yeah, party's on
Yeah,
agreement.
let's go see Floon.
Take the high road down over towards the Yawning Portal. Just so I can put you guys. Yeah, you step out into the. Let's get that music going. Pleasant spring day is only for the North Ward. Let's get the real stuff going here. Here we go. Daytime, good side, I believe. You're on the good side of town. What is? Yeah, let's do rush hour. Oop, that's loud. All right. You guys make your way out and down into the high road, the main the bloodstream, the blood vessel of the city, and the traffic is crazy as always. You have to make your way onto the side streets that hang about 5 feet on either side of the very, very busy roads. The carriages that are going by, making their way through, the people just walking through the streets and the sidewalk areas. Everybody just sort of going about their day. You see all the different colors of the servants. You see some what you don't normally see in the North Ward. You see some of the more, the dirty, the more brimed up, the more thuggish. All classes are here on the high road as you make your way through, rich and poor. But yeah, you can easily pour your way down. Do you have the device out? Or are you like trying to use it?
I'm trying to use it unsuspiciously.
Yeah.
Or how you say it.
People,
that's gonna be hard.
Yeah, people are definitely watching. Anytime you see it, but yeah, it never spins for you. You click it for the better part of your time going down there. It never spins or beeps for you at all. It doesn't even catch, but you figure it was worth doing on your way down to the Yawning Portal itself. As you guys dip out of the rush of the city itself, out of the hustle and the bustle, you make your way into a different kind of hustle and bustle in the Yawning Portal Tavern. So let's get raucous drinking going, because that's the time of day, I think.
Raucous drinking.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Raucous drinking, and let's bring you over to the Yawning Portal.
Yeah.
And if your token isn't already on here, again, like I said, slap yourself down. I believe we have an alley. You guys might all. Everybody put tokens down. That's what you want to do.
Oh, where's the? Oh, there we go.
Don't put them in the alleyway. Obviously, you want to put them in here, unless
I can't see it.
Oh, you guys can't see anything. Okay.
Can't say anything. No.
I have to place you. Put yourselves in the alley. Don't move around crazy just yet. If you're in the alley, I can move you. Is this all 4 of you? 2.
Hold on, I got this.
You're good.
Got this.
Yeah, if you guys are in the alley, I can put you guys where you belong. Yeah, very nice.
Bam.
Nice.
There we go.
Alrighty. Clunk. There you are.
Oh.
Hey.
Yeah, this time of day, the bar is actually very very. Put this to the back because this spinning thing is going to distract the hell out of me. All right, to the back. Thank God. I was looking at that, and I was looking at the portal animation. Pyre jumps into the well, and we'll see him in the Waterdeep.
The Dungeon of the Mad Mage
Dungeon
now.
of the Mad Mage. So he's gone. New character. We'll see your corpse. I know how far down that is now. By the way, I'm very happy.
How many D6s?
We would have to see. So yeah, you guys enter in. The place is quite packed. You're hitting it around lunchtime, I think. Getting your way down there after your eventful morning with Raynar and with the Dragon's Eye, or not the Dragon's Eye, the Tiger's Eye Detective Agency. And yeah, you step up. The place is quite packed. Let me get this sort of pulled up a little bit. Cool. Yeah. Around you can definitely just sort of hear the just the conversations mixing together of all different classes of people. If you recall, the yawning portal itself goes up it goes up 2 tiers, at least in this map. I believe in the other one it's supposed to be 3, but in this version we're going with 2. It's packed full. You spot Volo in the corner. He is in the middle of talking up some people about his book, probably some of his friends having a good time. You obviously don't spot Yagra in here. She's been missing for some time after the events of the alleyway behind the yawning portal. You do probably spot Yalister, your Lord's Alliance contact, who Solma, I don't know how much more ties you still have with it. That was kind of like your old party. So I don't know how many faction ties that Soma holds on to with the situation. And yeah, you would spot Floon as well. Well, actually no, you wouldn't quite spot Floon. You can hear him though. You can definitely hear him. And yeah. You can hear him probably up a higher level, his voice echoing down over the top of the well, and you hear,
There I was, surrounded by Xanathar agents, and I fought each of them off one at a time with my bare hands, with the help, of course, of my saviors. But
you can hear the echo come from up above. You guys,
yeah, Pyre's pumped. Pyre runs up there.
You can hear it. You go up one of the spiral staircases immediately. You don't go over to Durnan.
No.
All right. Yeah, you go up one of the spiral staircases and you see a table where this sort of shouting is coming from, and you see a table filled with drinks. There are multiple dandies that look much like the sort of head dandy here. Do you guys follow? Are you guys following?
I say hi to Durnan and I'm going to.
And just sort of pass through. If everybody's like right behind each other, unless Keeling Fung, you guys follow?
Yes, I'm not gonna leave Solma's side.
Got it.
I mean, I'm like crowded bar running, which is just a lot of sidewalking, being like, excuse me.
Yeah, I don't know how much thing is here, so I'm just gonna put you guys right there.
Nice.
Yeah, you step out and you see the first table sitting in front of you is this table. It's got all kinds of fancy drinks in like pretty nice glasses, and you see that the table itself seems to have something draped over it, like a nice, like somebody brought like a cloth to place over it, and it seems to also kind of be very inviting and very like delicate. And you see all these dandies sitting around this table along with Floon, and you see drunk women there as well. The women, each woman paired with young and old, doesn't really matter, paired with a young, beautiful, princely-looking gentleman. And Floon's in the middle of standing 1 foot on his chair and 1 foot up on top of the table. He's drunk, for sure. And he has a woman probably in her 40s at her side who's just, like, fanning herself. And he says,
I am a hero, being Raynar Neverember.
And he's in the middle.
He's like, my father used to rule this city, but I've denounced him. I could rule this city if I wanted to.
He's
Of
just.
course you can.
Hey guys, we can throw Floon over the ledge down the hole.
That's what Soma thought for a few seconds.
What's the
like,
monk thing? 10 feet knockback on the hit, right?
Oh my god. Yeah, you say that, someone and he just goes, Soma! And he coughs up a little bit of drink and like wipes his. He was in the middle of like slurping. He wipes it. He says, it's so nice to see you. And you see the woman's like, who's that, Floon? And she says, a friend of mine, my dear. If you could for one moment, my friends, please entertain my.
I want to run and give Floon a hug.
Just say, hello? Pyre! You as well! Looks over to Solma. It's like, you friends with... it's been some time!
Floon, how are you doing?
I heard that you were...
What, 2 weeks? God damn.
It has been some time, at least 2 weeks. I mean, we are good friends. I used to be my protector when I was a boy. Radar, never remember.
Yeah, Radar, yes.
Yes.
We have known each other for so
one of
long.
my many employees that works for me, of course. These are his friends. I know them through him. Come, let us.
I'm gonna roll an insight check.
No need.
I don't know
yeah,
these
give me an insight check. I'm not saying no need, but go for it. I don't know if Fung is so dunce as to not see this one. Yeah, no. This is all. I can tell you the situation. It's pretty obvious. These are men of the night. And these are their clients at the table, and he is talking himself up with a bunch of lies, and these women are so drunk, and half of them probably just want to believe whatever. They're in it for the fantasy, so they're like, even if one of them knew they were lying, they're engaging in the fun of this situation. And even in these times of day, it seems the afternoon, it seems that the lucrative business of being a manservant is is very still alive and well. And they'll say, my dear friends, I didn't expect to see you at this hour so early to be drinking. Oh, shame on you. So he's like, come, I have a private room, if we wish to speak, or perhaps maybe another table.
Oh yeah. Pyre like kneels and is like, yes, my lord. Never remember. There is much work. There may be another dragon you need to slay.
Oh, of course, one of the other dandies sits up and looks over to Salma, and you haven't seen this individual before. He didn't have like a partner. He was like double teaming in a situation over with another client, and he'll step up, seeing another potential client. Oh, Floon, who's your friend? As he steps up, says, hello. My name is Cornelius. It is so fine a day to meet such a flower among a field like this. And he'll put a hand out. And Floon will immediately go, yeah, Cornelius, it would be best if you stayed at the table. This client is all mine. Let's go, as you say. He'll go back to the table. It would be best if we found a table together, all of us.
You just see someone just like stretch, and you can hear the cracks and just like tense muscles, and she's like just ready to pound him. Like, oh god.
There's a table over here. Please let me grab us a couple of drinks. And he'll take a couple of drinks off the table. At which point he gets a couple. Hey, no, shut up. You can buy your own. And he just and he grabs like undrunk drinks. And he'll go table over here. All the while, this woman over here, who definitely
I know her.
Doesn't seem. You do, yeah, you know. Oh god,
she's a friend from the beginning, and I never saw her.
You never did, yeah. You spot. Oh gosh. Abea Uday, an individual who's definitely not from here. She seems to definitely have a dress and a look and a posture about her that makes her definitely seem like she is not. She's not foreign, or she is foreign, but makes her seem foreign to this tavern, to the culture, to the situation here, and definitely she's a dead giveaway. She has a table by herself. But seems to be right next to this situation. You were friends with her, right, Soma?
Yes.
You know that this is an individual from the land of Chult, Port Nyan Zaru. She works for a merchant prince of the port, and a one by the name of Wakonga Otomu. She is looking for magical items to purchase, and
What is her name?
her name is Obeya Ude. And she works for a merchant prince of Port Nyanzaru named Wakonga Otomu, and she is in the market of buying hard-to-get magical items. You've seen her speak to a couple of parties before that went down into the well, into Undermountain below, some of which probably haven't come back. You don't know those sort of details, but she kind of wheels and deals in purchasing large magical items. And you probably met her before, and she kind of gave you the whole like rundown, like a card situation of, if you ever find anything of value, you bring it to me, and I will buy it.
Yes. And that was their interaction.
Yeah, and that was probably way back when you were with Martina, like the first couple days being in the bar. But you would see her, and she would give you a knowing glance at the very least. But she seems utterly enthralled with like what happens at this table and the drama. This is probably her like daily soap.
Yes. I love it. As we follow Floon, I'll just acknowledge her and bow down to her as well.
And she will give a respectful bow as well to you. And yeah, you head over to a table. Floon just spreads out some drinks, of which he's missing one. Yeah, one moment he goes over and like elbows one of his friends and grabs another drink. Hey, Floon, and it's just keep talking. He brings over the third drink and spreads them out. Everyone has a drink. Some of them are half drunk, and he's just like, "Don't worry, we're very clean. It's fine, please." And he's just
Fun's
like
going to push the cup nearest to him slowly away from the edge of the table.
He's like, all right, more for me anyway. He kicks one back. And he's like, so I haven't seen you. I did hear that my representatives seem to have done quite a number on your. Well, they're not my representatives, but my hookup did quite a number on your guild hall. Here, it's been doing pretty well. I'm glad to hear that, and I've heard that you've had some success in that venture. I'm glad, really. So, what brings you here to my table to kind of, well, not to say you interrupted me or anything. I was kind of in the middle of a speech, but anything for a friend.
Soma, I didn't know you two were such good friends.
Oh, Soma saved me. Well, I kind of saved her. This was kind of a mutual thing back and forth, where we helped each other back in the day.
When you passed out, of course, you were so helpful.
Yes, and when the love of my life was there as well, I met her. Well,
I see that she got over her so quickly.
Listen, Soma, and he's like, pirate, move.
And he tries to shove you over. He's really drunk. He's just like, he's that one like pushed him over. He's like, listen, I've already had too many, but you have to understand that this is how I make money.
He has to live. He has to put it on the table somehow. So.
And he just says, I think about her every night. I really do.
Oh God.
And he says, I've actually taken more clientele that remind me of her. I've never been with like a brass woman before.
He's just he steps 1 foot forward of good graces and then steps on the foot.
Fung is going to calmly put a palm on Solma's shoulder.
We all grieve in our own way, and I just like, he's like, if it means anything, it hasn't been the same. My clientele, I've been having difficulties. I'm trying to come to terms.
Oh my God.
Well, Floon, if there's anything you need help with, just let us know. Right.
Thank you, Pyre. I won't forget that.
Of course. But tell us, since we'll do that, how about instead of me telling Renar about your whole little deal here, trying to.
Oh, you don't think
use
Renard
his
knows?
name.
I mean, well,
I
I
think
mean
he
that.
needs to be reminded. And he's Pyre's joking. He's not like.
Yeah, he's just like,
really.
oh,
He's
what do
like,
you want, Pyre? I know you want something.
I know you. You hang around with the nobles a little bit. God damn it, I can't remember this family fucking name. The Grunhills.
His posture completely changes.
So, we're talking about information, are we?
Oh, we are.
Oh, that little shit.
I think you've come to the right table. Says, when it comes to rumors about nobles, look no further. He turns over to Solma, who's just not giving a shit, and he turns back over to Pyre. Look no further than Floon Blagmar, my friend.
I expect nothing but the best.
We and my compatriots over there always keep the most spicy of secrets to ourselves, but for an old friend, perhaps I can help you out. If you make sure that Radar goes on knowing that I don't use his name as much as I used to, as I've been promising.
Acceptable.
And of course I would do it for free anyway. Anything for a fellow person in grief.
He looks over to Saul.
Oh yeah, Pyre gets really solemn and puts his hand on Blue, and I'm like, I'm very sorry.
This kid needs to blow his nose.
I actually broke my nose when I was a boy, but it's oh, you can't talk, so you didn't say that. So. anyway,
When you breathe, it goes.
So, what do you want to know? Lords of Waterdeep, perhaps, or maybe something about Lady Silverhand herself. I've heard a couple of spicy secrets about lovers.
Next time, I want to hear about that.
Okay.
But first, what do you know of what the fuck are they called? The Grunhill?
Ground something.
Grunhill?
So think of their crest. It has two. So best way to remember it has two massives on it. Growl, Hoon.
Growl.
Like Growlhound, almost, but Growlhoon.
Growlhoon.
Yeah. Yep.
Got it. Growl. What do you know of the Growlhoons? Anything, nothing surface level. Anything a little.
The Growlhoons, you
deeper.
say? Well, I do know a couple of things. What do you? I mean, are you trying to intimidate? Are you trying to get in good? Like, what's the deal?
Just curious, you know.
He just says, I mean, I obviously need to know the merchandise before I start to pour it out. I mean, is it dirt? Is it history?
I want the dirtiest secrets they got.
Well, they're nothing like the Castellanters, but they are pretty bad. And he just says, I believe they used to breed and show dogs. That's kind of how they got their fortune, as far as I know. Afterwards, they started, well, I think this is mostly common knowledge, so maybe you know this or not, but call it a freebie. They went further into politics. It seems the lady of the house, Miss Growlhood herself, wanted to be an open lord of Waterdeep. And she seemed to be wanting to do anything to get there, and I mean anything. And here's where the dirt comes in. Oh, she did. Says, here's where the dirt comes in. He looks around. Tales tell that the Growlhoons took their chances on some devil worship to get what they were looking for. It didn't exactly turn out well for them. Apparently, they used to have a daughter, an heir to the throne, as it would be. Yeah, no one's seen her for some time.
All right.
He just says, that's about the dirtiest it'll get. But,
it's pretty damn dirty.
He says, you're gonna want to stay away from. You're definitely gonna want to stay away from that area, though. I would say messing around with people like the Growlhoons or the Castellanters, or hell, it could even get worse than that, really. But can't get much worse than the Castellanters. But in any case, you kind of want to be wary, Pyre. Says, oh, don't even get me started. Honestly, don't. I don't want to get myself killed.
Okay.
He says, but when it comes to the Growlhoons, I mean, I'm always willing to give a little bit of information if my neck isn't on the line.
Anything, any dealings they have with maybe a little Temple of God, little Mechanical
Temple of
dudes.
God, you say? And he just says, it sounds like you might have some information for me.
Nope. And I just leave.
And he just says, Pyre, where are you going?
Next time, Fluid. Next time I'll trade that for some Silverhand 30s.
He says, well, is that everything? I mean, do we have another drink together, perhaps?
I lean down.
Maybe just us. We'll have a drink sometime. Maybe when I don't think Solo wants to be here right now. So
well,
we're just going to leave for now.
Don't worry, I'm used to the whole kind of dine and dash thing. I mean, it is my line of business.
Again, everyone grieves differently. So
yeah.
Yeah, they do.
This is Solba, please, darling, don't judge me with those eyes. I can't take it. Like, you have to forgive me. It's like, you have to forgive me. You know I love Martina. At which point he kind of looks over the table. You know I love Martina so much. And I would do anything to bring her back. Really, actually, I've been saving gold. And he lifts up and like goes into his sort of crotch pouch and like pulls out some money. He's like, honestly, look, I almost have 200 gold pieces. I only need like 300 more. And we might be able to like bring her back or something.
I will lean closer to him. I mean, said that she's not with us, but we can't bring her back.
Well,
it's just not right.
I know. Says maybe I was just sort of saving it for like a monument or something in her honor.
That would be kind of nice.
It would, wouldn't it? You don't hate me anymore, do you?
I walk away.
Soma, no! Martina, why?
Fluid's my favorite.
I mean, he drowns himself in a drink and just like lays on a table. Oh, Martina.
No, I feel bad. No,
don't feel bad.
No.
I feel bad.
I don't think so.
Sorry, it's just Michaela.
Nothing but great.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Heading back down to the ground floor of the inn, you see Volothampa. He won't like call you over or anything, but he'll toast a thing. Say, my good friends, I hope you're having an excellent evening. Now you look like you're busy, but if you ever want to come down to Volo's table, know you're always invited.
Good to know. Thank you, Volo.
I heard about the prosperity. Good luck continuing.
I just continue walking.
Don't forget who you came from and who sold you that house.
As a rogue appears behind him and stabs him.
Yeah.
Oh! Alas, the curse of a writer.
May have some other unfinished business with him in the other campaign.
Oh yeah, I got double Volothamp Gadarm.
I
I don't think
that boy owes me money. Not even kidding.
Oh yeah, Volothamp Gadarm. I love recurring characters. You guys head back out, or do you have more to do in the Yawning Portal?
I don't. At least I don't.
I'm good to head out.
All right, back to the
I think
streets
that was
of
pretty good.
Waterdeep.
I'll just thank Pyre. Thank you, Pyre, for taking over the conversation. For the whole time, I just wanted to punch his face.
Fluid's a great guy. He's got a heart of gold, really.
And a punchable face.
Yeah.
He means well.
Punchable voice, is that a thing?
He's a good friend of mine, Fluid. Easy there. Easy, everybody.
You're back
All
in
right.
the hustle and bustle of the streets outside of the Yawning Portal. You see the major point of direction in the city, the Honorable Knight, the shielded, the only colossi, stone colossi in the city to not be sort of struck in some sort of death pose or some weird thing. He stands honorably, the Honorable Knight, and the shadow from the sun sun casts across the city, and people know what time it is where the shadow is. If it's right on top of the Honorable Knight, it's noon. If it's in certain other places, whether it's in the Trade Ward, the Southern Ward, or the Dock Ward, on its many sizes, it shares like a central point around them, or the Castle Ward. It tells people what time of day it is if the shadow of the night lays upon them. That's how a lot of people tell time.
Yeah. While we're walking, I just want to explain to Feng who's flown and why am I slightly more tempted to kill this guy than anybody in my left. Well, except for the people that killed Martina and Rodaro, but still.
What's the next destination for you guys?
I mean, I'm ready to jump to trying to arrest Urstel Flaxen and dying and getting my third character ready.
Into the Dock Ward?
Into it, huh?
Into the Dock Ward, then.
Oh, man.
If we want to jump to that, if anybody else has anything we want to do before then, cool, whatever.
I mean...
I'd rather not get too attached to my characters.
While we're going to the ward, I'm still trying inconspicuously click the thing. Click.
Yeah, as you make your way into the Dock Ward, here we go. This is the music. Yeah, as you make your way into the Dock Ward, the shift in this sort of the shift in like poverty changes. Here you see once again sort of the dark, like dull gray painted buildings stacked on top of each other on either side that cause the sun, even though it's out, to only ever cast shadows down to that area. So it seems like every street you go down is darker than the last one. There's not a single candle anywhere. It's all smashed out. Similar descriptions as I've given you before. You go to turn your way down the street. I believe you turn onto Snail Street and you're making your way through. You know exactly where the Skewer Dragon Inn is, but I'd like you all to make perception checks.
Perception. Okay.
Perception.
Where is it? There is it.
Boom, 8.
21.
What did who are we missing? All right.
High five, Kristen. High five.
You're making your way down. There's less people. You pass a few carriages here and there, a few that are quickly making their way out of the Dock Ward. You see a lot of workers making their way through. A lot of salty seamen. Salty seamen.
Oh my god.
You see a lot of salty seamen and some dock workers and others of the type make their way past you, but you catch something, Solmo, that others don't. You peek down an alley on your way to the Skewered Dragon Inn. You peek down Presper Street, and our music takes a shift as something presents itself to you. You see the purple light come from one of you don't see exactly where it's coming from, but it's coming down from the street of six casks, and you can see purple light pouring its way out into Presper Street as you pass it. You just catch this, and you recall that that's not where you saw the Zoblob shop before, but now you're not sure. Now you can't quite recall.
I stop, and I tell, hey, guys, please stop for a bit.
What's up, Soul?
Okay.
What do we need?
I think, I need to check something out. Would you like to come with me, or we'll meet at the...
Yes.
Okay.
Sure, what's up? What's going on?
I remember a place that we visited with my sister and the other companions, but that was in the past. I think there's something weird. I just need to go there.
Is this like a drug thing, Solma?
I believe so.
Okay.
Wow.
Confusion.
Killing
Oh yeah, I'm just like, well, okay, fine.
You tell Keeling to stay?
next to me.
Next
Like,
to me.
don't you dare go anywhere. And don't you touch anything.
You guys make your way down the dark alley of Presper Street. Nobody follows you. Nobody comes the opposite way. And as you turn and look down the street of Six Casks, you see on the very corner where the light is pouring from, all glass windows, glass door, a emporium of sorts. As you look within and see a purple smoke sort of curling its way out, purple light sort of shining from its windows, covering the darkened street in its glow. Within is a haze, but above the haze you can see what looks like stacked shelves of oddities of all different kinds, and an undeniable scent of, I would say, lavender pours out of the from the smoke, and it just sort of hits you, and it's intense. You imagine going in there might burn your nostrils a little bit. And right above it hangs a sign right on the corner that hangs over into the cross street. A sign that you recall, Soma, but it might be the first time. It would be the first time for all the rest of you seeing it. You see the words, the old Zoblob shop, and it curves right above the figure of a stuffed beholder head. Wherever you look, it seems like the eyes are watching you. You remember, Soma, something else? You also recall that the sign used to be down below, but now it's up above.
Huh.
Soma, are we shopping?
I don't think so. Maybe
Is there anyone in the alley?
Empty. It's kind of like, it's a very Ghibli moment of the shop calling to you. It's just for you.
It feels like there's something different about this place. That sign was different. It seemed like
remodeling?
Probably, I don't know. My sister got to hear some weird stuff, and what was his name? Oh god. No.
You have to know it.
Lord Narcissus. Lord Narcissus, he got some stuff and he lost consciousness for a while. Like, he was much more clear.
This is the drug thing. We're going to arrest one of the most infamous criminals, and you're going to get drugs.
I am not getting drugs. I will never get drugs.
Okay.
I think we can get some information, but I don't know.
I wouldn't trust shit from this place.
Can I see if there's something, I don't know, dangerous or like different that I should know? I don't know.
How about the eyes that are always looking at us?
Make a perception check.
He doesn't trust the shady shop, but he'll trust a man prostitute.
Oh, Floon's my boy.
17.
17. Hey, male prostitutes are very trustworthy. 17 perception.
Are you speaking from experience?
Maybe. 17 perception. I get to roleplay one every Wednesday because you guys keep talking to Flynn. 17 looking at it. What are you looking for exactly? Dangerous? You don't
I'm
spot
looking for... Okay, because I'm looking for, like, there's something weird, and I don't know what it is.
The Zoblob shop, you just know, is weird. The thing you would notice is that in the smoke, you can see the shadow of a tall, sort of, like, greeter's desk, and you can see the shadow of an individual behind it. And they seem to be sort of leaning back, and you could probably even see smoke coming out of a pipe situation.
I go somewhere before I go in. I go some, like, oh wait, so he doesn't see me, and I try to click the thing first before I maybe go in.
Oh, what do you try to do?
The click, the locator of the strange thing.
It goes off. It starts to spin very fast.
Oh, jeez.
Let's not get too excited. Let's oh my god, like, you just see someone being like, oh god, we have something. Okay, she puts it back. So what is the plan? Do I go in first, or do we want to maybe surround the place, or maybe suggestions?
Let's go in subtly and trick it.
Okay. Fire, Feng.
Let's go.
Okay.
What's Pyre look like right now?
Fire's good to go.
Interesting. All right. The okay, yeah, we would
Just
we
checking.
yeah, we just checking. We would spot. You doing okay, Tom?
I'm just tired. that's
Oh,
all.
okay, you're good, brother. Just making sure you're all right. So yeah, you.
Hi.
Yeah, I get you.
Yes, the smoke's getting to him a little
Yeah.
bit. Yeah, he's just he's
we're,
living it
We're
up.
actually really close to closing, so I think we will see you guys step in all together past the purple smoke and within. And as your eyes start to burn a little bit from it, start to adjust a little bit, the smoke starts to like pour out. It's like sort of walking into a bright building when you were in the dark. It takes a moment for it to adjust, but it seems as though the outside has gotten that much darker as you are within, and the smoke begins to clear, and you see the tall greeter's desk, the newspaper, just like open, and behind it the billowing smoke that pushes past it, and you can see the dark, almost stony looking hands of the deep gnome proprietor, who you remember is named Xanathar. Or not Xanathar. Fuck it, his name. This is the Xanathar. Welcome.
You're standing there, man. No big deal.
Zoblob. Here we go. Zoblob. Yep. And he, yeah, he'll. What do you do? He's not addressing you guys. You four are just sort of in the entryway. It looks like a J.C. Penney situation where it's got like the shelves that just go back and further, and there's just that sort of open like area in the front, that foyer.
I will be. Hey, Zablob. Remember me?
The paper. And he's just like holding it like this. Paper comes down. Just smoke billows over it towards you. Make a Constitution save.
Oh God.
Okay, where is it? There you are.
Someone's gonna get high.
Can I use my inspiration?
Yes, you can.
15.
Nice.
I'm not going to get high. No.
You blow it away. And you just hear him lean over. Hey, man. I never forget a face. This is... Aren't you the... Genasi? I think you bought a few things from me back in the day.
That was my sister, and yes, we've been here before.
Welcome back. Well, the store is open to you again.
Do you have any other customers here today?
Hmm?
I'm looking for a friend.
Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion. I am really bad at that.
I think we all are.
Yeah. Ooh, 5.
Fire.
It says, you know, I never give away my clientele.
Well,
what are the rest of you doing?
It might not be considered. I'm gonna
Yeah, you step forward.
help out here. It might not be clientele, maybe new merchandise. We're looking for a puppet like thing.
I got puppets. They're on the shelf in the back.
17. What are the rest of you doing?
Pyre walks to the back.
Pyre starts walking to the back.
He just walks back.
What
is this gonna walk?
Yeah.
Is it like open display?
It's
in the
open,
back,
like
or
yeah.
is it-
I think
Okay,
he's
yeah,
about.
that's
He's
what I
he
said.
was like before Keeling stepped over, he was probably gonna say something to Soma along the lines of like, you know, it's a really small shop. You can just walk through. And when it comes to like, is anybody else here? But yeah, Keeling steps forward, says something, but as he says that we got puppets in the back, you just head towards the back.
Yeah.
We just see you step past. What if
the smoke does not sting his eyes. He's used to thick incense smoke.
yeah.
He's totally fine, but just keeping his eyes open is. Can I see through the smoke?
You
I see
can,
anything?
and you notice immediately that your back is to a shelf, and you turn, and you see a vast array of incenses. Just all kinds, flavors, smells, it's like a huge collection.
Just gonna look up the shelf and stand there distracted for a couple moments.
And you would probably notice that in front of his greeter's desk is a little sort of like glass opening area where there's all kinds of like tools for burning incense.
Or incense.
Incense. Exactly. Yeah, he
Weird
has this huge
incense.
hookah. It's that where he's blowing smoke from is the hookah that's on his desk. It's like built into it.
Great.
Pyre makes his way back, and he'll just be as you step forward, 17 persuasion. I'll even give you advantage with Pyre making his way to the back. So go ahead and roll again.
Who reroll?
Not Pyre. It would be Keeling. I'm gonna give Keeling
Keeling.
advantage on the persuasion check because of Pyre's forwardness in the moment. Just stepping back there.
Oh, so another persuasion?
Yeah, one more
Yeah.
persuasion. Just see if you get any better. Nice, 19.
Hey.
As you step back, he'll just be like, no, I got one clientele in the back. Don't no fighting. and yeah, you step towards the back, and he's just like, yeah, there's one more in here. He's gonna be back with your friend in a moment. And this is some guy with a hood on looking for puppets. At least it seemed that much. Pyre, you step towards the back and you see there is a hooded individual. He's got a hood up, and it's got its sort of hands on the shelf. Make a perception check for me.
Come on, buddy.
You have inspiration.
No, I don't.
You don't. You used it. All right. You don't notice anything. It just seems like a hooded individual. What do you do?
I mean, I want to go fucking just grab him, but
Do you do that?
do I see puppets on the shelves?
It's the smoke's a little too thick. It just looks like a hooded person. You can act in this moment, or say something, or do something. There's puppets on the shelves.
Okay, there are puppets on the shelves. Fuck, if there wasn't, I was gonna be like, he's talking about the dude.
No, there's puppets on the shelves. Weird purple puppets.
You know what? Pyre is a friendly guy. He's gonna walk up and say, "Excuse." This guy's looking at the puppets on the shelf.
Yep.
He will walk up and say, "Excuse me," and go to look at the puppets while he's like, kind of like looking at this hooded dude.
Okay, yeah, like trying to get an eye on the hooded dude.
Like,
It seems that the minute you step up, the individual kind of retracts and like turns to move away from you, scared. Like suddenly, it's like trying to move away, like to another side. Like he'll immediately, as you step up close and you say "excuse me," and you're like right next to him, the hands retract into the cloak, and it turns and starts to go down one of those alleyways back to the front, like away from you. What do you do? Obviously, just trying to get away from. Doesn't want to be near you.
Oh, I mean, I don't want to. I feel bad. I'm like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to startle you or anything. It just.
Make a persuasion check.
All right.
All right.
Guys, I'm really good at D&D, I swear.
Love it. It stops. It stops for a moment and like pauses, but then, like just like whoever it is thinks for a moment, but moves anyway, and starts to head towards the front. Are you following, or what are you doing? There obviously was uncomfortable with your presence and just is running away from you, basically.
You know what? I apologize, and I feel like I'd only make the thing we're supposed to catch more uncomfortable if I chased him. So I'm just,
Well, the more charismatic one is healing, and I was just thinking...
This individual is stepping right up into the foyer. Like, just like hood down, like direct to like mall walk, and it'll just make its way up and into the foyer and start to get past the desk. At which point the Zoblob, I'll give you a second. I just want one thing. He'll be like, "Oh, did you find some wood that you wanted to buy?" What do you do?
I pull up the thing and click it to see.
It spins as fast as possible, and it's just beep 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 beep.
Oh God!
And it looks up at you as that goes off. And you see the face of Nim.
Nim?
It looks like Nim. Yeah, it looks like Nim. And
it's the fake Nim.
Yeah.
That's where we're gonna call our episode.
Oh no, this is the bullshit you were warning me about, Ed, isn't it?
I'm not
moment.
warn you about bullshit anymore. I don't think, Tom. I think I'm gonna stress you out more with it. You know. I will let you know that this is all that this moment is homebrew. I will tell you that.
Okay.
Though. You guys are not supposed to ever be in the Zoblab shop again, but I love it way too much.
It's great. I need to go there.
Oh my god, that's so good.
Yeah, you see the face of Nim, and you say
Okay.
Nim, and then then we're gonna see what happens next.
More bad rolling, I can.
I can see it on your face, Tom. Like perception check. You're like, I need this, and I'm not gonna get it. I'm just like, no, Tom, no.
My rolls are real
Smoke's
bad
too thick. You
today.
can't.
I rolled a 6, a 2, my first roll was a 14. That was pointless. Then I rolled a 6, a 2, a 7, and then a 4 and a 7.
Nice.
Oh my goodness.
Excellent. Excellent.
This was fun.
That's
the way we work. In combat, we're usually good.
Yeah.
But in anything not combat, we just
Oh my gosh.
we don't talk about it.
There's that was
Could have blown my +5, but I'm saving it.
That was pretty good. Yeah. Seems as though you may have found your nimble right. But yeah. Next time I think we'll decide what we're doing with that, what could be learned, and the Skewered Dragon also still stands as a. I mean, we have to arrest Urstel Floxen.
We have to arrest Urstel. Like, there's no way I can let that dude.
And there's information that you can learn there too.
So we gotta catch this fucker. This is gonna be hell.
Catch that one as well.
And then we gotta go fucking catch Urstel Floxen, who will kill us. So, I mean, I don't think he'll kill us. I think we're fine. We're good.
You might just get information too.
We're
You
dead.
never
Yeah,
know
we're good. Just like Keeling against those two unnamed thugs.
No, exactly.
Oh,
It's
man.
perfect.
We're great, man. She just got up with a scar. We're all set.
We're
No
level
worries.
4 now. Like, that's
No
all. That's like
problem.
33% better.
Hmm.
You know?
You're good. Yeah, absolutely.
I think we're gonna kick ass. next
TPK.
time.
Hell yeah. All right,
Hey.
guys.
We'll try.
I'm gonna close out the stream real quick, and then we can chat a little bit more before I have to go. Those who are hanging out with us in chat, guys, thank you so much for chilling with us. So whether you were active, you'll notice that we're not super active in chat. I'm not active at all. Party members are allowed to be if they want to be, but they're not required to be. So if you were talking, don't worry. I'm gonna probably check that out later. I absolutely will be checking it out later to see what was left, if anything. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. And if you were just lurking too, if you weren't active in chat, appreciate you stopping by. If you're watching this later in a VOD of mine, whether that is on Mixer, Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch, you're from the future. We are all from the past, but we have this connection, you and I. Very cool. Us and you, yeah, that worked a little bit better. Very cool. Next time I'm streaming, you'll see me Friday. I will be streaming either some Vermintide or who knows. I could be playing anything. That's my variety hour. Very cool. Excellent. I think that's everything, my friends. Wherever you are in the world, doesn't matter where. And before I fucking sign out, I gotta remember, thank you to my lovely, amazing cast for being excellent on our show this evening. You guys bring the pain every time. You bring it to me. It's good. I love it. It's great.
Beat the shit out of your story.
Beat the shit out of my poor story. Very good. All right, friends, wherever you are in the world, morning, noon, or night, make it a great day. We sure as fuck will. Have a good one, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.